Man, Hera has picked the Civ that I thought we would never see in this tournament. And he's playing it first. He's playing Italians. And I thought out of all the Civs, this would be the last one picked. Because there's a spot for like stuff like Spanish, like a quirky build order, or Burmese or something with MBL, or even Portuguese with Viper. But Italians, it just feels like a worse off Jap. Like, why not just go Japanese here?
But they're very different, I would say. Like, I get your instinct to say that, but Italians, it's cheaper for them to go to the next stage, which means you can go for a solid archer, man-at-arm, or scout build. You do get fully upgraded Cavalier, which is completely fine. And I don't know. I don't think it's the worst. I am surprised that Hera's picked it first here, but we'll see, man. Genoese crossbow in this matchup could actually be very strong for Hera. And sorry, Dave, bear with me. I just got to hop into the game, but excited to finally get the games going. Another full day with Dave, kind of, sort of. I think we have another 4 or 5 hours ahead of us here.
Another Dave with Dave.
Another Dave. It's Son Dave.
Dave Javu.
Dave Javu. All right, man, we're good. Best of 5 here. Jordan in the red, playing as the Huns. And then there is Hera, who's gone for the Italians. I looked at Civ stats last night. I think Italians have been played before, Dave, but this might be the second time. Yeah.
Not in the main event. So I believe it was in the qualifying. Anyway, Hera is going to be playing as the Italians. He's got a decent map for them. Especially matching up against the Huns. I mean, you can see the walls already in your mind around these woodlines, and Jordan's map is way worse, actually.
Yeah, the gold's awkward. It feels like he has one less woodline to work with, and the woodlines are a little further away. So yeah, I'm with you. It's almost like Jordan's map is what the King of the Desert map is supposed to look like, and then Hera's map, things are a little more compact.
Yep.
But yeah, I guess back to Italians, because everyone's asking why Italians. I think certain players can make it work. It's cheaper to go up to the next stage, like I'd said. So you can still go 19, 20 pop scouts with some leftover food. You do have good archers, which we know Hera loves, and you do have good knights. Is it his best Civ? No. But if he can get a win with Italians and then save those other Civs that he has, which are very much strong, I don't think he'll have any complaints here.
Oh, the ostrich kind of trolling Hera a little bit. Okay, he's going to get that in. Go around the tree the right way this time. Good.
I asked the devs about that because I swear, man, sometimes when the deer get next to a straggler tree, they run away. And I was told that is not a thing, but it's happened so many times that it makes me think there is.
I think at this point, you ask T-West instead of the devs.
True. Ask the devs that didn't give me spec chat for 2 years. Why would I do that? Probably different people, but that's true. Yeah, I think I brought it up to T-West as well, but not a big deal. Hera pushes it in. We have 3 on wood for Hera, 3 on wood for Jordan. But, on the flip side, you've got Jordan as Huns. I don't think Jordan's going to have any complaints by any of the things I talked about Hera's Civ. Jordan can go for scouts, arguably better than Italians. He also has good archer transitions and the potential to go cav archers. So could be a good matchup for Huns.
Italian's kind of lacking on the general eco bonuses throughout the game, right?
Yeah.
Whereas the Huns have that constant, not needing to make houses, saving on wood throughout the entire game until you're in late Imperial anyway.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that the unit that everyone thinks of with Italians when up against a Civ like Huns is the Genoese.
So hard to get into, though.
Yeah, it's so hard to get into, and they're also really slow. Yep. And when I think of Hera's skill set, Hera's kind of a Hun-type player where he raids from the sides and is all around the map. He's not a player who normally has a snowball of one group of units in the center. So I genuinely think Hera's just going to play this standard. Maybe if he gets a lead, tries to make that transition later, but we'll see.
Well, he's now going out to try and find Jordan. He's going to bounce off this bottom corner, not see anything, and then go out to the right and find him eventually. And I think Jordan is now on a mission of his own, and he's going to find Hera quite quickly on that line. And both players will make their way to the feudal age. Is it going to be scouts here for Jordan? It looks like it.
Yep, I think Hera will go 19 pop. Now, he'll probably go 2 lumber camps. Yep, he's on the way up. Could go 1 lumber camp. And then Jordan could also do 19 pop, but I think he had to push in an extra ostrich. But, dude, there's just so much food. If you push in 2 ostrich, plus you have all of your other food, 400 food per rhino is insane. So this should be good.
Hera putting the other lumber camp at the front. Hasn't gotten any houses down or anything to like start the walls yet, which I'm surprised about, but I guess it was pretty far away. So he's just going to play open for the beginning stages of this game. Maybe a bit of pre-walls around his mill or the lumber camp, and he should be fine.
Yep, Hera, pretty solid build. You should expect the same from JorDan. I think the difference between these two normally is just the execution. JorDan's weakness here is that he's playing up against a player who is very good at the meta, and that's JorDan's thing too. So unless you're the best player with meta, you're going to eventually run into someone who can just out-execute you. But you never know in a scout war. You can lose a scout to a couple spearmen, scout, archer switches. There's plenty of things that could happen off this.
I like the way Hera, he does this a lot too, the way he walls his berries. Like he's giving himself plenty of room to wall behind and giving his villagers plenty of room to bring the berries back rather than just putting 3 walls there.
Yep.
You can make 2 more and it'll cost him 6 more wood, but at the end of the day, it'll be a lot less of a headache if JorDan comes in and starts attacking that.
He's going archers, Dave. He's going archers. I was wondering why he wasn't on food. He switched over to a mining camp. So he's going 19 pop archers. He's probably going to open spear here. And if you look at JorDan's scouting, JorDan already passed the gold before the mining camp was there. I wonder if Hera considered that.
JorDan's gonna find this archer range, right? Surely. Look, he's waiting for what? Militia to come out? Like what are you waiting for there?
I think he should check, but there's also a good reason to assume here with this uptime. So there we go. He checks it. Yeah, remember the game with Daniel and Leary where Leary just assumed it was scouts and then got punished? I think players are figuring that out. Yep, he sees the gold. So not exactly the game we thought.
Yep, and now he's adding walls at the back too. He's walling to the edge of the map now. Hera, let's see what he scouted in JorDan's base. He has spotted the stable. He's going to spot both the wood lines, so he knows where he can potentially hit with these archers. And he knows the unit choice for JorDan, which won't be much of a surprise at all, but he's going to spot that range behind it. So, oh, no, he misses it. Okay.
So I love how the meta has shifted a lot. But there was a time where everyone would always ask me, why don't we see archer opening at high level? Because that's a very common strategy at low level. And you're seeing why right now, because Hera has not been able to do anything offensively at all. He can't get out across the map with this army yet, and the scouts can do that. So I think that this is actually completely fine for JorDan. And I'm a little surprised that Hera wouldn't have thought of opening scouts, because he could definitely do that here.
He's not adding in a spearman yet either. I mean, he's only got 1, and it's over protecting his wall villager. But if these scouts come into the berries, Hera's going to have to be careful. He'll probably pull back his archers in time. And yeah, his scout gives him warning that that's happening.
So he knows it's there. He's just being patient and just walling up. But it's just like, if JorDan doesn't kill anything, he won't necessarily mind this. He can just play safe himself. He can wall up, but he will be bringing skirms forward soon.
Just make sure those archers don't sneak out.
Yeah.
Keep an eye on the front here. You can get your walls down on the right side. That's fine. Now you can start on the left side, and he's almost complete with that. Walling to the edge of the map, and he's going to be fine until at least Castle Age with these wood lines. Even if the archers come forward, they can't really range anything here on this one wood line. Just annoy a little bit. So both players just kind of playing safe, and this is what the high levels look like, right? The guys who might not be top 10, we see their matchups, and we get crazy games early, and then you get into the later stages of the tournament, and you see stuff like this.
Yep, exactly. This is just so... It feels so much more calculated and precise and smooth, these two. JorDan will probably expect the archers. He should see the archers, and he runs away from the archers. And now, Hera's getting fletching, so I was wondering if he was ever going to get that upgrade. JorDan's got to be thinking, do I make a lot of skirms? Because skirms cost a lot of food. Do I get upgrades? But he's going to do that, I think, is a good decision.
Also, of course, with archers, Hera doesn't have horse color yet. So all these farms are going to be expiring a little bit earlier than Jordan's too.
Yeah.
So a bit of a smoother early build for JorDan. And JorDan now sending skirmishers out. He's getting fletching too. He can loop around to the berries, which is basically the only place he can hit at the moment.
It's so easy for Hera's army to get overwhelmed right now. If these skirms get fletching and armor, Hera just gets mopped up. Normally players are transitioning into scouts, but Hera's just like, he's inviting the pressure, Dave. He's saying, I want to see if you know what it takes to beat this. Good hits there and everything, but it's so weird.
at the end of the day, it is Hera, right? One of the best defending players in the world.
Yep.
And you give him 7 archers, and I don't know if even 3 scouts and 4 skirmishers with the upgrades is enough.
Yeah.
He could always play some quick walls or quick houses or whatnot to keep that out and look for some opportunities to do damage. He's now taking the hill and trying to protect this villager walling up. And he actually got into JorDan's base with his scout, only taking a little bit of damage, so he could be annoying with that too.
JorDan has 2 more skirms arriving. It feels like Hera has just enough to maybe hold this, but no, he abandons the position. It's so greedy. Hera has even said himself that he is very defensive at the start of tourneys. I remember like, every single big event I've seen with Hera in recent times, he plays really defensive at the start.
There's the stable.
It's late though, right? He just thought he could get away with it, and I just don't know how.
I think he can, dude. I mean, he's only going to be idled off like 3 farms.
That's actually...
The berries were almost complete, like completely taken. JorDan's going to keep producing skirmishers. Hera's resources looking okay.
I guess we'll see. Market for JorDan, which is fascinating because I think his eco is actually perfectly balanced. And I think JorDan's worried those archers are sneaking, Dave. Hera actually put them inside the TC. What is this?
Yeah.
I mean, didn't MBL say this is a war game? Come on, Hera. Fight, bro. Holy crap. But you're right. Like, JorDan can't do too much more. And he has to respect the stable.
There's a villager in there with the archers, too.
Oh, there is a villain there. Oh.
There we go.
All right. There he goes. JorDan must be very paranoid. JorDan might actually tower. I think I would tower my gold, but I think we'll just send his skirms home. Hera on the way
Hera's
up.
on the way up.
And so is JorDan. But JorDan had to sell a stone to do that, Dave. So yeah, I mean, Hera's approach basically gives him a very fast castle age with a lot of archers. And the opponent can't boom and he can. So I think this is actually really good for Hera.
Yep.
It's crazy. Like, it just... The audacity of it. To go fast archer build and then just not even move out at all is just nuts to me.
I don't think there was ever really a risk over here for Hera. Like, with that many archers, JorDan only having 4 skirmishers, 3 scouts, like, if you just retreat to the TC and make the stable wall house like he did, JorDan can't push in without taking damage. He's only going to idle a few farms, and that's not the end of the world, right? Now, Hera has the archers coming forward, and JorDan is still concerned that those archers snuck out before, although he saw them attacking his scout there, and he's going to have an idea of where at least one army is. Not 100% sure if that's all of Hera's army currently.
Yeah. We'll see. He does have the army to deal with it in feudal. The real issue is that crossbow comes in faster than elite skirm. So, okay. JorDan should sense that army's there. He sees it now with the spearman. He's not queuing any more skirms, Dave. So I think he wants to skip elite skirm. I really would have liked it if JorDan would have made another batch of skirms here. That's a surprise to me. And he's not going to be happy to see Hera's uptime. Look at Hera's resources, too. He's got so many resources in the bank right now.
JorDan's going to try and sneak behind this army, I think. Or is he just... no, he's going to be forced to defend on the hill now that Hera's coming from this angle. He's now in castle age. He has to get elite skirmisher here. He can't skip that at all. And I agree with you. He should have been queuing up more.
Yep.
Hera almost taking a villager there, but he's going to back up away, take the spearman, and then... Does he dive through here? It feels like Leary would dive through here, especially with the scout to block any potential foundations.
Yeah, he's not going to. He's making JorDan think he could, and thus forcing more idle time as JorDan backs up to the other gold. Interesting that that's back there. Hera's scout is through, though, and elite skirm is about to complete. What I'd normally expect from Hera is to see a whole lot of eco. He did add the university, though. Don't Italians have cheaper university techs now? Wasn't that a recent change with them? Or is that Portuguese? I think Italians have cheaper university techs now. But maybe chats would have to help us because it's either that...
Yes, 33%.
Yeah, so that's good here. And then you also have the knights. Plus the cheaper uptime. I really think... I mean, Hera's made it look so good. But I can see why someone might pick Italians.
Ballistics on the way for JorDan too. Second armor upgrade, but he wasn't producing skirmishers, dude.
I know, it's so bad.
He only has 7, and he's now producing 2 cav archers.
It's so crazy to me because I feel like in any other series, we would have seen someone opening straight archers get punished by scout skirm. But the way Hera played it, it never even felt like scout skirm made any sense. He just played so calm and relaxed. And now Jordan's got to think that this guy could be booming on him. He's really not doing that yet, Hera. He's getting ballistics. He's waiting till Jordan maybe overextends with those skirms.
Jordan hasn't seen the Knights yet either.
Exactly.
Waiting to pounce on the skirmishers for sure. And Jordan actually getting town watched, which is, I think, a good tech in this situation. Because you've got an exposed wood line in the south. And you got some areas that Hera could potentially flank you.
Ballistics is now in for both players. And okay, now, while the Knights were being hidden, so were the Cav Archers. So the Cav Archers should eject to help out against these Knights. Jordan not doing that.
I'd love to see Hera just like almost run through with those Knights and see if he can make Jordan respond a little bit. But he's going to keep the armies together. He sees the Cav Archers now, and this is going to be a really awkward defense for Jordan because the skirmishers are going to do basically no damage against the Knights. Wants his Cav Archers attacking those, but the crossbows have more range than the Cav Archers. So it's really, really difficult for Jordan to keep this main gold safe. Luckily, he does have that stuff at the back that he can take.
This is such a good game. 3 kills, 3 deaths. It's just been so even. But yeah, that main gold looks awful. Thank God he has the back golds. See wheelbarrow now for Jordan as he's definitely staying on 1 TC. That makes sense. And Hera still on 1 TC as well. Still making crossbows, still making knights. And he's doing two stable, 1 range. Which is kind of the opposite of what I would have expected here.
Imagine if Jordan didn't have that back gold within his base.
Oh, he'd be dead.
He'd been so dead here.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah, he'd be super dead. I kind of like the idea to not tower now. That's the case because the tower wouldn't have helped too much. But I just wish he would have been on that gold a little earlier. Like, he could have not committed to the forward one so much.
Ooh, thumb ring.
Good upgrade. Very good upgrade. And yet again, Hera says, hey, I'm here. Jordan respecting it. Good upgrade.
Second TC from Hera, forward. Okay. I like this forward pressure. It's basically forward defense, right? Better than any walls. Keeping the army from Jordan at home so your economy is going to be safe behind. Jordan putting a little palisade cheekily behind that.
Okay, what do you think about Jordan's skirm count? I think he needs at least 7 more skirms before I'm feeling good about any fight for him.
He hasn't made it. Speaking of 7, he hasn't made a skirmisher in 7 minutes, dude.
Yeah. He has.
And, Hera might be caught out here.
This is a problem, though, for the CA, because the CA could be focused down. I guess, in theory, if there were more skirms there, then the crossbows could be taken out.
It's getting to a dangerous number of CA where they could almost just... If
Just
Hera
commit.
gets a little bit out of position with his Knights, they can pounce.
Oh, David, we might be getting close to that. And Hera wasn't able to do any significant eco damage. He does have +2 now on the Knights, but the Cav Archers with Thumb Ring are firing so quick. Jordan pushing out across the map. Let's go.
Yep, the Knights are trying to do damage. The skirmishers were going in. They're trying to target the crossbows. Cav Archer's trying to target the Knights. And every time Hera retreats here, he loses 1 or 2 crossbows. Because Jordan has ballistics. So it's really tough for him. He's trying to retreat while losing the least units possible. He can't just click back because he will lose a big portion of his army.
Second TC for Jordan. God, you said it earlier. Like, this series just feels like a complete different game compared to the previous 2 best-of-5s today. That's why this is a winner's match. Both these players are here because they won the first round. And now Thumb Ring for Hera, as he will toss away a Knight there. This is getting dangerous for him. That is a big hill for Jordan. And Hera needs more military.
I'm wondering when Hera adds in a siege workshop. Because I feel like that might be a good decision if you have the resources for it here.
Maybe. Jordan's proven me wrong because his 7 skirms are still kicking, dude. He hasn't lost a single one. Like, I can't believe he hasn't lost a skirm with that many Knights out there, but it's all about the CA for him right now, I guess.
And there's the siege from Hera, and there's another archer range from Hera.
Now, those gold
doing
positions
that
are
all on
tough.
1 range?
No. He's on 2. He's on 2 right now.
No, I think he just built that, though.
Well, that was recent, because last I checked, he had 1 range, yeah.
Crazy.
But 3rd TC for Jordan going up at home. Jordan happy to take the hill. And if you look at Hera's golds, as he just makes a mining camp on the one on the front, that is the issue for him. He also can't take stone comfortably to be able to really protect himself with any castles. Knights
There
and
go the
crossbows split up.
Trying to run away from the Cav Archers. Hera using his range perfectly. He's got 1 extra range on those Cav Archers and took a great trade there. slowly retreating, attacking from max range. The Cav Archers dive in. They try and do damage. They can't. And now the skirmishers are going to go down, Tristan. So he has 6 now instead of 7.
Yeah, he also added 2 more. Just has to keep the 7. Jordan, what's the meta? How many skirms should I make in Castle Age? 7. I'd die if he made 1 more.
2 Scorpions there from Hera. And remember, Imperial Age is cheaper for him, too. He's getting the armor. He's getting Elite Skirm. And I'd love to see him go on to Stone at some point. Because I feel like if you get later into this game, Imperial Age with Italians, with a castle, the ability to get Pavise is really nice.
His stones are exposed, but Dave, I just want Jordan to dive at some point. Before that imp comes in, I think he needs to find a big fight. Forget about the now 6 skirmishers. Get the CA in a proper position. Here he comes. And I feel like he could almost take this fight and win it if he were to not be fighting uphill. That is so many Cav Archers.
I really like the fact Jordan used another Cav Archer to explore the corner over here.
Oh, Dave,
he's going to explore the south, too.
The Knights are just going forward.
Perfect.
And
nothing at home in defense for Jordan, and he's wide open. He's wide open. He's already pulling the villagers away from the goal, but that's because it was expired at the back there. He's trying for some quick walls. Good quick gates and walls there from Jordan, preventing Hera from going in. This is really nice. And at the front, he's trying to pressure a little bit, but he's bringing the main Cav Archer army back.
Wow.
And Hera not able to get in. Damage control from Jordan is fantastic.
That was disgusting. It almost felt like Hera said, okay, if you're not going to push me, I'm just going to raid you. And normally there, the Knights get in, the villagers die, and then Jordan's reacting the whole game, and then it's over. But Jordan still, I think, needs to take a fight, but great job keeping himself in that game.
I mean, he has the villager lead, right? He's got 3 TCs. Hera only has 2. Hera's now pushing at the front, but these crossbows are pretty exposed. And the Knights are all the way at the top there, Tristan. And this big ball of Cav Archers is a-coming. There's only 2 Scorpions in there to protect the crossbows. I think this might be a wipe. This might be a clean fight for Jordan.
Hera does have a lead skirm, but he just patrolled his Knights, and half of those Knights are caught up on the other Cav Archers. So I don't know if a lead skirm is going to be enough. The Scorpions are down. Jordan's making more skirms, so he'll be back up to 7 pretty soon. And a big fight, man. And I think that's a clear up for Jordan in the end if he continues to push this.
I think a bit of miss micro there from Jordan. He went scatter formation to avoid the Scorpions, but that means that like the Knights could more openly attack his big ball of Cav Archers, and he had to pull back, and the pathing was a little bit weird there.
If he had 1 Mangonel right now, he'd be pushing forward. Why is he adding Scorpions? I really think Jordan should be taking this. There are skirms in there, but there's only like 10. There's the Mangonel for Hera. And Hera's on the way to the Imperial Age, Dave. This is crazy.
Yep, and Cav Archers will begin to struggle as soon as he's upgraded to Arbalest. They will really, really struggle against the extra range from Hera. Hera is not on stone yet, so he won't have a castle early Imperial Age. Jordan trying to get this Mangonel. He does end up getting it, but he lost a lot of Cav Archers there. And now it's just skirmisher spam from Hera.
I'm telling you, man, if he had a Mangonel instead of those Scorpions, he would have been able to maybe hit those skirmishers and run forward. It seems like he has so much respect for Hera when Hera sits back. And he just doesn't want to commit to a fight. There's a lot of elite skirms in there now. There's 27 skirms in there now. So, yeah, you definitely should be hesitant.
Sorry, 3rd TC from Hera over in the corner. Jordan will probably see that with the monk. That was grabbing the relic. Jordan already has the relic, and he grabbed the one from the corner, so great macro from him to go pick up these extra ones.
Good shot there from Hera, and yeah, it does seem like this is going to be Hera with a faster Imperial Age, which means Bracer, which means Chemistry, which is cheaper. And honestly, even in Castle Age, Hera's army's starting to look the stronger one, because Jordan wasn't able to get any siege out, and he hasn't been using the mobility of the CA at all this game.
Nope. Well, he's been using them to defend his base. He's been very afraid of a counterattack from Hera. Those Knights were pretty deadly early, and Hera has still kept the Knights alive, too. I'd love to see, like, a monk out from him to snag that relic in the middle, maybe heal those Knights up a little bit. You can always use those for raids later in the game, too. Hera's now in Imperial Age, getting Bracer, Chemistry right away. He's now just going on to Stone. Jordan already has 500 Stone in the bank, so he's going to be the first one with a castle.
And Jordan seems comfortable here. I mean, not comfortable. That's probably not the right word.
If Hera's not paying attention for a second. Oh, yeah.
Oh, he gets 2 of them, David. 1 more would be amazing for Jordan. He fires, he deletes, and he kills 1 skirm. Great.
I think you always have to attack around where the split's going to be there.
I agree. I think he did, but it was a little too
It was
more,
a little off.
a little towards the middle there.
Yep.
But the reason I said Jordan was looking comfortable is because he didn't immediately drop a panic castle on the front when he saw Hera was an imp. But now he has to abandon the gold, so I kind of think he should have dropped a castle there.
Ooh, first Cav Archer raid of the game, Tristan.
Woo!
He takes the villager.
Let's go. Dave, another shot. Oh, man, Jordan, so close there. He wants to go Hussar, and he wants to go CA. He has kept his numbers alive and his villagers alive here. Jordan with the population lead.
Where's the castle going to go from him?
I'm more curious now on where Hera's castle goes because he's not killing stuff with his army. And he's been really heavy on stone. But yeah, there's your answer for Jordan. Because he realizes Hera leaves and it's just, they have so much respect for each other's ability. These players have not forced any big engagements at all.
Yeah, Jordan's going to get punished a little bit on this wood line for only having light cav there, but Hera's going to turn around, and this is the respect you're talking about,
Yeah.
right? He's like, I'm going to wait for my knights because I'm scared. I'm scared of the potential army from Jordan. Jordan's not going out to raid yet. It's basically nothing is happening.
I know.
Here as they're playing chess with each other, essentially, with their units so far this game. But this is the first significant raid of the game, and it's from Hera.
Now you have light cav, only 3 going in the north. And then Hera immediately runs back because he knows he's going to be pounced on. And now he doesn't know where the CA are. So he's probably like, oh, I hope the cav archers aren't on the left because I don't have my army there. And this is the problem. His army is extremely slow. And he also has no defensive castles up.
And Jordan knows this is open. He was sitting here with the cav archers before.
Oh my god,
Hera
this is huge.
is a long way away with his army. He's going to have to figure out how to defend here. And Jordan's splitting into 4 different groups of cav archers. He's sending a number into the back of Hera's economy, some over to that TC he spotted with the monk earlier. He's going to be in on the farms. He'll be denying that gold for now, and Hera's just now back in defense.
Hera 45 idols right now, and I can tell what type of game he wants to turn this into. He did not get any relics, so he's going to try and drop a castle on that hill and make this be that snowball push we talked about. But Jordan can just run away from any bad fight, and Jordan doesn't have to worry about making Hussars because there's no Genoese crossbowmen on the field. So he will make Hussars from home, Dave. A tough spot for Hera. He's got so many different spots this one army needs to get to.
I feel like that the type of game you want to be playing as Hera, I feel like that castle needed to be a little bit further back.
Maybe.
Just a little bit more defensively, but Jordan lost a ton of cav archers over on the left. There's a line of bodies there, and he's going to lose these ones too. So not paying attention to his raiding units did distract Hera a little bit, but not as much as he needed to as his armies get cleared up. He's making another castle in the center of the map, establishing control over the neutral gold over there. And Hera has still not begun to make Genoese crossbows, so he doesn't believe in it. He's going Hussar. Very Hera-esque.
Yeah. I mean, it's very Hun-esque as well, and Jordan's going to do that. Jordan has the Hussar upgrade, has the numbers already, and he just now figured out that castle is on the hill. So this is where it's all going to go down. Hera's probably not going to be in a position to raid just yet. Actually, never mind. He's got quite a few light cav. But
I'm being told that Jordan got sappers.
Wait, he got sappers instead
That's what I'm being told by my chat. I don't know. It's a quick research. He might have misclicked it and then not had enough time to cancel.
That's also expensive, if I'm not mistaken.
It's very, yeah, it's like 500 food or something. Like
Maybe he clicked
gold.
sappers instead of conscription, but let's see here. I think you do not want to trickle treb if you are Jordan. You need to wait till you've got like 3 or 4 trebs to take that. And Pavise now on the way for Hera. So his arbs will have extra armor, and then you also have heavy cav archer coming in for Jordan. Also, random monk in the middle dies. Jordan does have a little raid on the left and a raid in the north. 3 relics for Jordan at home, which is huge.
He's trying to converge on this army from Hera too. They do have that extra armor though. We can see it right there. +5 armor against range units for those arbalists. Heavy cav archer though will have 7 base attacks, so they're still doing a significant bit of damage.
I feel like
archers.
I feel like Jordan needs to punish Hera for the fact that Hera doesn't have any siege pushing his castles. Literally, just avoid Hera's army. Hera's got 85 army, but he can't push you. Just run to his base with Hussars here.
And don't trickle treb either.
Yeah,
You
wait
want
till you
like
got
4
trebs.
trebs before you attack this castle, and then hopefully you can
Oh my
hit
God.
it and kill it before Hera really realizes.
I think viewers were correct because conscription is now on the way. So he must have clicked sappers because he would have had conscription by now. Have archers
look
on
at
the
that.
left, Dave.
Yep. And Jordan's using the mobility perfectly here.
Yep.
I mean, he's forcing Hera to respond to all of the raids. He's got Hussars still killing villagers in the back. Eco KD is 22-8 currently. And he's just waiting until he loses some units so these trebuchets can be produced. I mean, he's been pop capped for a long time here. So is Hera, though.
I don't understand Hera's game plan. He didn't get the relics. He's not pushing with siege with the hill.
He's raiding with the knights now.
It would actually infuriate me if Jordan loses this game. I think just keeping the cav archers next to your castles and consistent hussar raids to Hera's eco wins the game. Hera's eco's wide open. The only thing Hera defended with there was skirms.
Mods!
Okay, we have knights killing villagers. That frees up population space for Jordan. We now have 3 trebs, soon to be 4, and everyone's going to the middle. Hera has more military, Dave. He has Bo5. Will that be enough here, or will Hera's castle fall?
I think it's castle falls, and this is the benefit of not trickle trebbing, as you like to say, right?
Yep.
You send 1 treb here, Hera can repair that, but he knows it's too late now with 3 attacking it. He's going to make another castle behind.
Yeah, that's true. He just gives up on that. I like the castle behind. I think it's a fine idea here, but the trebs are still going to be there. And will the skirms be there for Hera? Bo5 does not apply to the skirms. The skirms are melting away to the hussars as it's still 185 for both. Hera's got army Q and Jordan has army Q. Dave.
I like Hera's army better in a straight up push.
Yes.
But Jordan has been raiding more this game. Still, I think Hera is going to win on this front side. The cav archers are not enough. They're going to be pushed back by the arbalists, and Hera still has a castle. Jordan is running a trebuchet to its death.
He's got to have the hussars raiding right now, Dave. Hera's wide open. Use the CA and maybe even use your trebs defensively. This is crazy, man. Hera's getting away with murder here.
Yep.
And he doesn't have any of the late game control you would want. He doesn't have stone. He did get some extra gold, but no relics. Italians.
Lose that castle on the left at this point.
He does have some stone, but the problem is it seems like the arbs just cannot be stopped right now. There's so many of them. That's the issue.
What do you do? What do you make against that with Huns? I mean, I guess you have to spam some elite skirms of your own and then raid with hussars to try and get damage done. He's just not raiding with anything currently. Repairing that castle on the left, but there's nothing to defend against the trebs right now. He has to pull his trebs over there and kind of shift over there with his cav archers again. Another castle behind from Hera. Bombard cannon's on the way now from Hera, so he can snipe the trebs from Jordan. And he's just consistently sending his own hussars around to raid. He had the knights in the back of Jordan's base too, distracting him a little bit. And Jordan is now... Actually, now that I'm thinking about it, I guess he's got the 1 safe wood line underneath those castles.
Well,
And that's about it that he can take currently.
He just took out a treb. Huns do have increased accuracy on their trebs, which is a super random bonus for Huns, but they have it. And Hera is now Jordan is now sending hussars to defend from hussars. And the bombard cannon is killed 1 treb already. Oh man, Jordan, dude, you can take this game, man. You can take this game. He will defend, respond with the raid, fall back with the trebs. Don't lose your trebs to 1 bombard cannon and 1 group of arbalests. Hera still can't push castles. Just don't respect this army so much, Jordan. Run into his economy.
Hera hasn't made any Genoese Expo yet.
Correct.
Can you go into Tarkans here for Jordan, build them up, and then dive? Or is that too much of a risk?
Not if you just lost 5 trebs. Not if you just lost 5 trebs. I think you need to have gold for CA and you need to have gold for trebs. And speaking of wasted gold units, Hera loses the bombard cannon. Okay, am I wrong? But with 37 hussars in the queue, should Jordan just not send this current group of hussars into Jordan's eco?
Sure.
And then just, okay. I want to make sure I'm not wrong.
You're not going to win the death ball push.
Exactly.
Not against Italians.
And like, he also has cav archers in his ranges right now. He's got 10 pop in his ranges he needs to send forward.
And Hera's just slowly castling up at home. Like,
Yeah.
there's a castle over on the left side now, so it's going to be harder for Jordan to raid over there. Castle in the north, TC in the north, so it's hard for him to raid over there. I think Hera's fine with making this a wood game, honestly. He's fine with sitting here forever.
Well, Hera could place these castles because there was never any military there. Like, Jordan has had 20 minutes, maybe I exaggerate, maybe like 10 or 15, where he could make that push. But now he's going to show up. Now he's going to see the castles. And now he's going to think he can't raid. But that's not been the case here, man. He's just been frozen. Still with Cav archers inside of his ranges, too. So now he needs a straight-up fight, Dave.
Yep.
And I still think it's winnable for Huns in the straight-up fight. But Hera's done such a good job with the snowball.
I mean, every single time the Cav archers try and close the distance with the Arbalest, they just go back and shoot from max range. And he's just going to sit on that hill. He's got the Trep behind. He's got his bomber cannon, so the Trep from Jordan can't get too close.
Yeah, big fight here. There's obviously more HP in the army for Jordan. He is fighting uphill. He needs to keep that castle up. The Hussar meat shield is disappearing for Hera here. The military population, the eco, everything's still so even. But these Pavise Arbs, man, they're just going to focus down the CA. And it feels like Pavise Arbalest is simply the better unit right now.
Well, Hera needs to go back because he has less production than Jordan. Jordan set up so many stables behind, so he's managing to take out some of them. Is it enough, though? Hera is still sitting on that hill, and the Treb is kind of blocking his reinforcements, too, which is unfortunate for him. But the Cav archer numbers are going down. Crazy level of production here for Jordan. 44 Hussars in the queue, 13 Cav archers. Same story for Hera. Who's going to break first? They're just, the question.
At this point, how many production buildings do you have and how fast do units create? Because every single unit is going right to the middle.
Tristan. The Hunnic Horde, I think, is going to win here. Hera needs to pull back even further.
Oh my god. And if he pulls back as the monk goes in for the relic! The monk goes in for the relic and Hera laughs at it. He says, bring that ass back. Oh my god.
Back it up, monk.
Oh my god, that's hilarious. And it still could go either way. Hera's got the hill bonus, but I think you're right, Dave. The Arbs are slowly getting whittled down.
But look at the res from Jordan. He can't produce Cav archers anymore. He can only produce Hussars currently. But Hera isn't producing Arbalists either. They're both running out of gold, and I think the Hunnic spam is going to win the day. They're both fighting in this area. No counter raids.
I don't know.
Oh
I've never seen something so ridiculous. It's literally been 50-50 the entire time. What is this? And Jordan pulls back. Holy crap, dude. Like, what was the last couple minutes?
What was the KD before that fight? That was actually insane.
I don't know, dude. I can't believe he went for that relic when he's got... Poof.
They're getting ready for round 2, I suppose. I mean, Jordan has 3 relics. He has 0 on gold currently. I think Hera has 7 on gold. I wonder where that is, actually.
Dave, if the 10 population in Jordan's ranges were there, that could have been enough to swing the fight. Or even if that 10 population was deleted and then he had 10 more Hussars, that could have been enough to swing the fight.
Oh, he doesn't realize. Oh, my.
It's been there all
honestly,
game.
5 more units would have been enough
to
snowball that.
And I'm thinking, you know, even if the units die, he at least has 10 more Hussars. Like, what on earth, man? Jordan, how do you not see that? It's right
Bring
there.
Bring that ass back.
Oh, jeez. And, you know, Dave, Hera, if this becomes a really long game... Oh, God, hold on a second. I'm going to hold my point because Jordan's going to run out with the wave of Hussars. Hera should notice that and respond with a dive in some fashion of his own, I believe.
I like these 2 knights trying to get value and going to the corner.
Here come the Hussars.
Get sniped by that 1 Cav archer.
80-plus farms for both players. That might change a little bit here for Hera. What does Hera do now? If Hera reacts, this is amazing for Jordan. Oh, yeah.
Yep. This is awesome for him.
Just spread them out. Spread their wings. Let them fly. And now, suddenly, the hill's gone. And honestly, if Jordan wants to take the hill, he could take the hill. And he just saw the relic was gone. So he's going to run out. He'll kill the monk. And
bring that ass back.
That's Jordan with the... I don't even know what the 21 taunt is, to be honest.
Is that Dad Gum?
No, that's 24. I forget what 21 is, but I know that Hera's losing some farmers. And he's doing an awful lot of reacting right now, still with only 1 relic. Oh my god, that's funny.
Raiding party or Nice Town, I'll take it. It might be Nice Town, I'll take it.
Okay. I know, like, probably 15 of them, but I don't use that one too frequently. Dude, finally, Jordan's starting to raid. It's going to be so much more difficult for him because he's raiding underneath castles, but at least he's doing that. I'm happy to see that.
Another castle there from Hera, using the last of his stone. Still hasn't gone into Genoese crossbow.
I don't think he should.
I guess, no, the elite upgrade's too expensive, I think, at this point.
I don't think he should. If you're not going to get elite, it's not worth it.
Oh, but the bombard cannon going down for free from Hera. He is going to find his way into that oasis, though, which is a really good spot for that Treb to sit.
Oh my god, you're right. No way, dude. Well, Hun Trebs can snipe that, though. Jordan's Trebuchet is more accurate. I think Jordan will be fine there.
Jordan, though, has 80 on food right now to produce Hussars. He's got 61 Hussars in the queue. Hera with 47 in the queue, but his farmers have been idle the last few seconds, and Jordan is continuing to raid here. The castle's still being hit. The Treb is being sniped, like you said.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Jordan, he's going to dive in here. It feels like the CA can't kill the Arbs. There we go. And yet, Hera doesn't have the meat shield he wants, Dave. There's still 10 population in Jordan's ranges, so when you see the military count, it's really 60 versus 70 every single time there's a fight here, but on trebuchets. Yep. And then you just back it up. This is so amazing how they're fighting around one relic. Oh, God.
Is it a wood game? That's my question.
It is a wood game because, and it won't be a wood game just like right now, but it feels like neither player can raid and take out castles. So yeah, I think the only castle we've been seeing that's really threatened is Jordan's castle, and if he loses that, he has another one, but then the whole left side is exposed.
Adding more stables too. So as soon as he raids with his Hussar, he's got 83 farmers to sustain production. He can just instantly make more. The bombard cannon, I think Hera baiting the cav archers a little bit with that bombard cannon. He wants them to come out so he can deplete the numbers. He hasn't really lost any arbalists from this ball. Meanwhile, Jordan is finding it difficult to keep up the numbers on his cav archers.
Well, he has numbers of his cav archers in his freaking ranges. It's tilting me so much. That's 10 pop. It's 5% of your population, which at this level makes a big impact, man.
It's tough to notice that, though, especially with like the gate flags there and everything, and the monastery flag. Like, I don't know. Hera's now switched up his bomber cannon to attack the other castle. He's probably looking to bait the he's looking to bait the cav archers with that bomber cannon. This is like a game of chess here. This match.
This is amazing. Hera's going to get his wood upgrade, though, and he does have more wood secured by castles. He's got plenty of it. Jordan can't really say the same. And Jordan has one big backwood area, but...
Yeah, he's got all the wood on the left, on the bottom corner. Hera has the wood in the top corner on the right side, too.
Dave, we have collectively 150 Hussars queued, if you were to add up. No, 170 Hussars queued between both players right now. That is insane.
And I'm being told, and it's true, Hera has heavy plow and Jordan only has horse collar, so that might be the difference here in this game.
True.
When we're talking about wood investment.
And if Hera didn't have a hill, I really wonder how this fight would go. There's a bombard cannon in there. There's no monk this time. We have a massive fight. They both have the army queues, and we know exactly where the army's going. I feel like if you have your CA, you need to use this opportunity to whittle down Arbs if you can get close enough. And Hera's got to do the same from on top of his hill.
Way easier for Hera, though. He's got more range on these. He's got a big ball. It doesn't look like much, but he still has a lot there. And he's going to push back. And Jordan can't get too close to the Arbalest because then he starts sniping his cav archers.
He's down 10 pop in these fights, Dave. The fights, he's behind in numbers every single time. He's down 10 pop. Jordan, please, at some point notice this. Bad positioning for Hera's Arbs there. They're actually at the front. That's not where he wants them right now. And Treb will go down, so the castle will stay up for Jordan. And we have another ridiculous fight. This very much reminds me of that that Hidden Cup game that was just Skirm v Skirm.
Yo versus...
versus Jordan. It was Yo versus Jordan. Now, granted, this is a lot more exciting because we have more than just skirmishers, but holy crap, man.
This is ridiculous.
this is one of the most ridiculous late games we've seen because I've never seen a late game where people just run right up the middle. It's like they're both so They respect each other so much, and they're both so scared of the potential. As Jordan says, draw. Jordan's asking for a draw, and I guarantee you that the admins are like, please don't mean that. Please don't mean that. Please don't mean that. We don't want this to be a draw. What do they? Flip a coin?
Open your walls or give me the relics. You can't have both, says Hera.
I mean, to be fair, Jordan is far from walled. It's just that Hera knows if he pulls his pop away, that Jordan will have an opportunity to take the hill.
Dude, this feels like a community game right now, doesn't it?
I know.
Like the amount of chatting that's going on in this
And Hera
situation.
says, go raid, and Jordan says no. I don't like the hill there. Yeah, he doesn't want to give him the hill. And then here comes Hera to raid as Jordan goes with the gate, but not enough. Not enough. There goes Hera with a few units, and a few units will add up here.
I'd love to see Hera come forward with a monk right now.
Yeah, true.
And Jordan has to respond, and this is really weird pathing. He actually garrisoned his Hussars in the castle, so he's going to ungarrison them into a good position.
The ranges! Dave, when he looked there to see Hera's Hussars, he noticed the ranges. Yes! Let's go! Finally. Sorry, you
now
were
he
saying?
has those extra cab archers on the field, and he's surrounding the units from Hera. He's getting awfully close. He's got a hill of his own now, Tristan.
And Hera doesn't have as many Hussars in front because he went out for the raid. That's what the players were talking about.
Because he's chasing.
Oh,
he's chasing
my
the
God.
stuff behind, so he didn't have enough to overwhelm. The story of this game, another Treb coming forward from Hera. Is there going to be a monk coming forward? Yeah, he's got one in the queue. He's thinking about snagging the relic. Now, you need some advanced tactics to get this relic, okay? As Jordan comes forward with one skirmisher, very brave skirmisher. You need to do this a similar thing to what you just did. Run him with the Hussar. When Jordan pulls his army back, you go forward with for the relic right away.
Now, here we go. Jordan's going to feel the need to fight this. Hera's just going to get right in front. But Jordan actually has a hill on the right side. So he's not fighting up the hill anymore. I don't know how this works, but I think they both might have some type of hill bonus here. And Jordan needs to keep that castle up. He's just purchased some stone to do that so he can maybe take out the Treb. And again, Hera is holding.
Sniping.
If he is
Sniping all the
sniping.
cab archers.
He only has 37 arbs though, so it was above 40 before, but it's just such a slight difference. This is ridiculous. But the Treb stays up. Jordan has to back up. He comes forward with another wave.
Where's the monk?
The Treb goes down. And yeah, where is the monk?
It's still in queue. He had to wait behind 115 Hussars.
Oh my God. That's amazing, dude. That's amazing. And yet Jordan's down to 50 Hussars queued. I don't know if that's bad for him or what, because it's still a lot of Hussars. I really hope he realizes there's a wood line in the back, though, because that's been there. And his other wood villagers are really inefficient down in the south.
He's coming. He's a-coming.
Oh, I see him. I mean, honestly, at this point, with this type of game, it would make sense to even heal the arbs. There's no way the cav archers are getting anywhere close to that.
And look at this is what I want Hera to do. He says, my turn to raid.
Yeah.
He's letting Jordan know, and he's saying that because he wants Jordan to back up and he wants to get the relic with the monk. I guarantee you.
Well, I actually think the raids make a whole lot of sense, though. So I think there's a side benefit to it. And what Hera's been thinking and what Jordan's been thinking is if you leave Hussars, or if you send Hussars away from the hill, you could lose the middle, Dave. Now, will he lose the middle? I don't think so. It's crazy.
Jordan saw the monk and he sniped it.
Yeah.
He literally sent 3 cav archers to go kill that monk. And another three monks in the queue.
3 monks to get a trickle of gold.
How long will it take for one relic to generate 300 gold?
I don't know.
To make that worth.
I don't know. But look at that. Jordan Jordan notices Hera's going to go raid him, and he immediately tries to go back to the relic. It's a capture the relic game, Dave. Whoever gets the relic wins the game. That's how it works.
The problem here is that Jordan only has 30 Hussars in the queue. Hera has 107. Jordan has no food in the bank right now.
I don't know, man. I feel like Jordan's taking a better engagement here. He has a lot more HP. He also has the faster working stables, which is probably why he can't queue as much. What is this game? The populations are almost completely identical with eco and military.
This feels like a World War I battle simulator where they're just fighting in the same spot like over and over and over again. Hera's like farm count.
And that's almost the same, too. Watch Hera add... Okay, Hera's adding more farms. He has to get ahead. And Hera says, OMG, going to 90. All right, so he's just added a few more.
3 monks in the queue still.
3 monks in the queue.
They've got a... It's a long line. It's a long line, dude. Oh, he's got one. Okay, he's got one. It's coming.
I was about to say that there's only 26 arbs for Hera, but there's also only 28 cav archers for...
Yep, Hera's been
JorDan.
whittling those down for sure.
So, I mean, both players have lost their crucial gold archer unit. And again, Hera goes out to raid. And so he has to give up the hill. And Hera getting those HP upgrades for his castles. And he does fully give up the hill as a monk's going to go down. Rip. And the Hussars now run in. And JorDan with some quick walls to trap the Hussars in there. Nice. And
That is a good trap.
My question is, does anything change after this? Like, does anything change after this turn of events, or is it the exact same situation?
How do I get rid of the chat, by the way, once I press page up? Do you know?
It should just go away. It just takes time. So don't keep pressing it would be my suggestion. I like how the Treb is now hiding in the pond. And JorDan and Hera are just talking, like they're just hanging out, you know?
This game has actually opened up a lot.
Well, Hera just killed 20
Hera
bills.
raids at the back. JorDan's still chatting with him. Hera only has 24 arbalists, but he's got 9 more, so he's building up the army again. JorDan attempting to go for this Treb. Hera unpacks it, but it's still going to die.
Oh!
JorDan raiding a little bit at the back.
Okay, he gets it. Okay, so this is a weird part of the game where Hera has more military and more eco. First time we've seen this. If
JorDan's gonna lose.
If JorDan can't field more population, it is over.
Only 66 on farms, so the raid accomplished something there for Hera. I mean, he's only got 3 Hussars in the queue now. Hera has 91 Hussars, 93 farmers. This looks like it's over at this point. I mean, unless JorDan can recover in the next few minutes. He says, damn, he's probably looking at his pop.
He says my pop is low. Yeah, dude, I mean, I think it is over. And Hera says, nah, you're probably 200 and baiting me. Hera, get the relic, bro. Get the relic. He's scared to bring Trebs out, I'm sure. But Dave, I think not getting the second farm upgrade, not getting heavy plow early was a big mistake for JorDan.
Yep.
And then also just not raiding before the castles went up on the sides. There was so much time. The way Hera's posted up for late game right now should never have happened here. Hera can just stream Hussars into JorDan's eco nonstop at this point. And JorDan doesn't have siege, so JorDan can't push Hera. This is indeed over.
Yep, and I wonder when Hera can finally take this castle out in the middle too, because JorDan's very distracted at his base. More farmers go down, which means less in the queue for him. 71 food in the bank, 45 farmers. Hera's sitting at 92 farmers, 99 Hussars in the queue, and 2,400 food.
Yep. And he has a lot of wood banked up for only having 13 on wood because he researched his farm upgrades here, Dave. The Hera just took the initiative with the raids. The Pavise Arbs have certainly proven something here today. I'm waiting for the Treb, waiting for the Monk, waiting for the middle to be, you know, the next thing that Hera uses to win this game.
JorDan has so much army chasing this.
Wait, so you're telling me if someone tries to raid you, they have to chase you with army?
No, but like not that much, bro.
No, I'm proving a point. I'm bringing it back to JorDan not raiding. So weird to me. But I can understand. You know, there's respect to Hera's late game. You don't think you'll be able to do anything. Hera was able to thwart raids so much easier than JorDan was in this game. And still 130 pop. Here comes the Treb. I'm still waiting for the Monk. He's still behind all the Hussars.
Yeah, the Monk is queued up now, but at this point, I think if you're Hera, you don't even bother with it. You're not going to get effective, goal income from that one relic.
Yeah,
you probably
exactly.
just go for siege and end the game quickly.
Whew! Yeah, Hera's...
I can just imagine chat yelling for Genoese.
Yeah,
no, we're not. Not really.
Yeah, I think that point has probably passed for the viewers. I think they understand how good the Arbs are.
Well, if you're not going to get elite Genoese, which is a big investment, then Arbalists are just as good as regular Genoese
exactly.
crossbows, so.
I have no gold, man. You denied relic. Well, he has one. Hera's had one relic. And I love the fact that they're starting to chat it out here, but I think Jordan knows. I think he knows it's going to be unlikely that he can snipe this trap. I think he knows he doesn't have wood. He's trying to add more vills. He's at 64, Dave. He's just got so many farms that don't have farmers on it anymore. Crazy game. And it should be a crazy series if this is anything to show for it.
Monk is coming. Maybe Jordan resigns when he sees that relic disappear.
It's capture the relic, Jordan. Come on, respect the rules, bro.
Don't kill another monk. Don't kill another monk, please. Just end this.
He doesn't see it. Oh, Hera.
Does Hera talk shit, though, when he's running away with the relic?
He should.
I would.
Well, it's sad that it's like not the... It's sad that Jordan already has 3. Yeah, there he goes. Will the castle stay up? Oh, God. Because it's firing uphill, the castle stays up. 85 HP.
Hera says, what the hell? Did you take the relic?
And Jordan calls it. He says, okay, you are the master of Hussar. Damn, GG, well played.
Well,
what
Jordan
a
actually
crazy
had
game.
more Hussars produced in that game than Hera did. 819 against 747 from Hera, so...
What in God's name are those numbers, dude? Holy cow. Like,
yeah.
I have so many different emotions about that game because I still feel as though Jordan should have won that game if he would have clamped down on those sides. But at the same time, Hera's push in the middle was so deadly and so strong that Jordan just felt forced to respect it all the time.
Yep.
That was a crazy Arabia game. And he also wins with Italians there, man.
I think you were right in that if he had the cav archers from those archery ranges on Garrison, he would have won that one fight.
Maybe.
And snowballed.
Yeah.
And then got himself in a position where he could raid, right? But Hera had that nice hill that he could just sit on.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe even Jordan, like, I know it sounds like a really small thing, but Jordan had a few trebs. If he had killed those stables and Hera can't sit near those buildings when his Hussars try and come through, then Hera needs to sit even further back, I think. Maybe you just have to start thinking about that in the late game, and especially heavy plow is a big deal.
Well, my thing is, there was a point where, because he tried a few raids, right? But there was a point where he sent all of his heavy cav archers into raid, and then Hera brought over elite skirm. So Hera has only elite skirm, and then Jordan just tosses his Hussars into die in the middle. There wasn't even any siege at that point for Hera. That was my issue with it. Hera didn't have siege for the first half of Imp. So I think just continue to send in the Hussars and then just wait till he's pressuring your castles to feel the need to push the middle. Hera's castle on the left side was not there for a long time. The castles on the right weren't there either. Like, even just making stables there, Dave. Make like a few stables so you can spam them at future times. But I can't sit here and say that Hera didn't deserve that victory. I can't sit here and say that Jordan threw that. That was just unreal. I've never seen so many Hussars in a 1v1 game before.
Yeah, we thought that first battle there in the middle was special, right? They went at it for like 2 minutes in a row, and then there was kind of a breather, and then they went at it for the rest of the game there too. So really cool stuff and a pretty unique game, honestly. You can tell how much respect each player has for the other.
Yeah, it's very rare you see 2,000 kills in one game. We saw it there, but okay, here's a question on the players as a whole. Do you think Jordan has too much respect for Hera? And it affects his decision-making in-game?
Yes.
Okay. I agree. And it's not that Hera doesn't deserve respect. We don't mean respect in, like, respecting him as a player.
I think, in general, in Age of Empires, it's always better to underestimate your opponent than overestimate them. I feel like when you underestimate them, you get a little bit more aggressive, and you force people to make mistakes. When you overestimate people, you're not grasping at the opportunities given to you.
Yep, I agree.
So I think it's always better to underestimate.
Yep, I'm with you. I mean, and I'd said this before the series, which is why I say particular with Jordan. I think that there's this theme where if Jordan's against Hera, Leary, or Viper, he doesn't play with the confidence that he would play against some of the other players. And this is acknowledging that Jordan is a very confident player. But I think Jordan's other characteristic is that he's very realistic. He's like too realistic. I think he doesn't think he can beat them.
Some guy in my chat just said, sometimes I just wish people would estimate me.
Fair. I think that's
Thank
fair.
you for that.
Yeah.
That was good. I like that.
Isn't that an Office quote?
I don't know.
I think.
I enjoy it though.
Yeah. Okay. That's cool. Well, okay. Game 2 here. Jordan in the red playing as the Vikings. Hera in the blue playing as the Khmer. And holy cow, they are close together. They are very close.
We've got another 4 woodline generation here. Jordan's map is looking quite nice. His gold is forward and his berries are in an awkward position. But he's got the woodline options that he can take. Also, both elephants at the back. Hera's not really a lamer, but that's always good. And both his secondary golds are at the back too, Tristan. Wow, really nice from him.
All I looked at when I saw this was the relic in the middle, and I just got PTSD. I was like, no, not again. But then Vikings don't get Hussars, so I think we're safe.
And
yeah,
look at Hera's map too.
Both are really good.
It's quite good. Yep.
Yeah, I like this. Jordan made his previous map work with that gold, but I think his map was definitely a little worse. Hera could go for a crazy fast up again. He could go for archers or for scouts. I think in this matchup, either would make sense. One thing about Vikings is they might go man-at-arms, so I could see an archer opening working well again.
I feel like if both players go defensive and this gets extreme late game, again, which is, you know, a good chance with these types of maps. What do Khmer really do against elite berserk? I guess Hera just goes Hussars and raids like crazy, but if Jordan has to push down the middle, elite berserk seems like a really good option against Khmer, because like you can make something like scorpions, but they're slow.
Yeah, no, I'm with you. I think if this gets to berserks, Jordan probably would have already won the game, because like even being in the position for him to justify it means it has to work, and if he's going to justify it and thinks it's going to work, Hera won't be able to raid. But my thing is early Castle Age. If Khmer are able to go Knight Scorpion, Vikings don't make Knights typically. So they don't also have very good monks. So they're an infantry, archer, civ, and Scorpions and Knights are good against that. So I think early Castle Age is going to be the key. I noticed Hera has 2 on wood. So it's very likely Hera will go up to Feudal Age faster than 20 pop here.
Man-at-arms could be good here too, with how close they are.
Yeah, it's very true. Scouts could be a little worse. You could argue that archers are a little stronger, actually, because they're a little faster. So to get
Jordan
to the
might
enemy.
find these goats. Hera should turn them around as soon as he sees that scout from Jordan. No, he's just gonna
Oh, he could lame this though. He could actually lame this if he wants to. He chose not to, which is interesting because he did move the scout around there, but maybe it was a waypoint. Spotted 2 on wood. That tells me every single time this is going to be fast feudal. Normally 19 pops, so Jordan's got to expect that. 3 on wood for Jordan. What do you think that's going to be? Could be, he could delay the barracks a bit more. Maybe he wants to compete with the faster uptime.
I feel like it has to be infantry here, though, right? Like if you go ranged defense here against Khmer, the scouts from Hera are just going to be constantly running around. You kind of want to force the issue at his base.
Yeah, I agree.
And then have some follow up.
I agree. Yeah, I normally would have an issue with like going scouts with Vikings, but I think there's an argument for that too. But that's because I still have that bias from the old days. People used to do that all the time. But if you're expecting scouts or archers, you could just go fast feudal yourself and just kind of match what the Khmer player's doing. The only thing that's awkward there is that you do have to make the barracks and you have to account for that.
I think scouts here wouldn't be the worst thing in the world against Khmer because they're not going to have the barracks, right? So
exactly, yeah. Yeah, there was a time where everyone would go, well, not everyone, but a lot of people would go scouts with Vikings because you have wheelbarrow. And the thing that sucks with Vikings is if you don't do damage with man-at-arms and they counter you with scouts. So you just go with your own scouts, and then you're good. But here goes Hera. 18 pop up. He could still go archers with this, but it looks to me with him having villagers on food, this will be scouts.
And Hera took a little bit of extra damage from that TC when he was running past, so that's going to help. Just if he tries to like pick off a villager in Feudal Age, it's going to be a little bit harder for him. Especially if the scout is still there from Jordan. He's actually choosing to push in an ostrich on the way up from Feudal Age. Give himself a little bit more food. And it is going to be a scout opening here for Jordan.
Yep. Could just play into defensive spears as well, which is something Hera can't really do. Now, Hera is doing the same thing as the last game, Dave. He's actually gone to gold very late, transferred off of
Archer
food.
range.
So he is going to go archers. Nikov did this yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
I messaged Nikov. I was like, dude, well played. Those games were amazing. And he was like, hey, thank you. He's like, I practiced that build against the AI the night before. He didn't even practice the build, which is kind of what Hera's doing here against a human. He's just, yep, thought it would work.
Hera's gonna try and snipe this scout or this villager with his scout, but he lost that extra HP earlier, so can't really engage against two of them. He's gonna go over to the berries. JorDan will bring his scout over now. Should be able to save that woman.
Yeah, well played. Now, JorDan doesn't have scouting, so he does not know that this is an archer opening. However, a straight archer opening without a spearman isn't that strong.
Yeah,
So
and
that's
Hera's
the
gonna spot
weakness.
that stable right away.
Yep. It's so crazy how a 20 pop feudal feels so slow right now. That is normally the fastest feudal that people were going with 2 years ago. But now people are just skyrocketing to feudal.
I remember we used to see like 19 pop Mongol feudal age, and we'd be like, whoa!
Yeah, right? Yeah, I mean, the meta was 22 or 21 pop scouts in 2017. That was what people did. No one went 20 pop. It's crazy. I think having shift Q now, or like command Q, is really good. And then also having less lag, and then, of course, the players getting better. Is Hera literally just going to try and wall everything? So fast feudal into full wall here? What in the world?
Yep, one range defense. He's like, all right, dude, you're going Viking scouts. Okay, well, you're going to have to make your way into my economy. I think, honestly, with how close they are right here, if JorDan scouts this right away, now you're going to disagree with this. Could you justify a tower in front of that gold?
Oh, you mean from JorDan?
With wheelbarrow, you have wheelbarrow already with Vikings. Your villagers are going to be fast. It's a really close base.
You were right. I do disagree with it. I think that you won't have army to be able to support it if Hera gets fletching. But it's a nice idea. I think going into skirms is the next best move. But the real problem is you just made 2 spearmen. And the spearmen don't do anything at all for you here as Hera wisely hops into the house. Nice defensive play, just like we said at the start of game number 1. He's fully walled already. What in the world, dude? This is crazy. It feels so backwards. Fast feudal into defense every single game for Hera. That's the opposite of what fast feudal normally brings you.
And there's the archer range from JorDan. He's going to wall up behind. He will have the better economy here with wheelbarrow.
Yep.
Does have the farm upgrade already, which Hera does not have.
Yeah, just what sucks now if you're JorDan is you can't really track the army all that well unless... Oh, no, he's got a scout outside, so he's fine.
And he's keeping the army from Hera busy a little bit. I mean, his scouts are really weak, so it's limited time only.
I can understand why you would
gate.
assume scouts, but I really like the trend of people assuming that and then getting surprised. I'm liking that. You should... The builds shouldn't always be the same. You know, you should have some variation, and Hera's shown that twice now.
Well, 2 games in a row, we're going to have fully walled players, except JorDan, who has this giant gap on the side. He's actually going for a second archery range here.
Well, now you can, if you have the army, Dave, then you can pressure the gold. So I think the risk here is that you're not going to have as many farms if you go for the second range, but if you can get to like 10 archers with a mix of skirms, I think Hera will be surprised by that.
Could add a tower up already.
Okay. There's no way, dude. He's got archers in the range.
Yeah, you had scouts running behind.
Okay. I think if the 2 scouts didn't go in, maybe. Maybe. It just sucks that towers are just not really an option in feudal offensively. I really miss the days when they were. Like every single time someone goes forward with a tower, the defensive tower shoots it down, or the villagers just die. Not really a strat anymore. So, a slow game till Castle Age, Dave. Are we going to see this one go into 6 million Hussars from Hera and Imp, or what?
I mean, it is Hera, so maybe.
So he's going to go crossbow. I'm trying to get a grasp on how he plays this. So he's definitely going crossbow.
If you go crossbow Scorpion, what does Viking really do against that? I guess they make a siege of their own and then go skirmisher crossbow siege too. But your Scorpions have such range, right? They can hit the mangonels.
Yeah, it's true.
Know.
I think If it was Tato, Tato would do that. If it was Viper, Viper might do that. I think Hera just wants eco and archers, and he might just play it very similarly to the previous game. However, I don't think he has a need for a stable because JorDan doesn't have skirms. But then again, Hera's completely blind to that right now. So Hera might be tempted to add a stable, which won't really benefit him if JorDan is just going to be making crossbows as well.
JorDan needs to sort out his idle villager situation here on the berries. Okay,
Yeah.
Now he's sorting that out. Hera clicks up. I think JorDan should be fairly happy with this. He's taken some extra hunt in the back with villagers too. Honestly, I mean, like he hasn't had any damage done to his eco. He's been kind of slow walling, whereas Hera was walling early. And he has wheelbarrow, which he knows Hera doesn't have yet. So Viking economy is going to be superior here. And he actually has less idle TC time. So he's happy to camp at home. This plays into the Vikings' hand.
Yeah, it's just so tricky because you want to see an army and be able to pounce and make a decision on it, but you can't really do that. And Hera's even confusing him. Hera shows 3 archers instead of the whole group, which will make JorDan paranoid. JorDan runs back to see the flag.
Yeah.
Oh, God. It is 2 ranges for JorDan as well, Dave, so he's actually pulled ahead with the archers.
I wonder if JorDan respects Hera too much and keeps the archers at home here, or if he goes forward to try and hit woodlines right now.
Well, the problem last game for JorDan is that he sold all of his stone. So I think that he will probably want to boom this out. But yeah, you're right. Maybe it wouldn't be a bad idea for JorDan to try and hit those woodlines. Those are very vulnerable for Hera. And it's the same for Hera, too. Like, Hera could hit JorDan's woodlines. I forget which one you said. I just love how active the scout is right now. It's such an important part of this game. But you just don't see the scout matter unless you're talking about the top 10. And I talked about it earlier. I do think both of these players are in the top 10 right now.
If JorDan hangs out around that archer range and sees this one pop out,
Yep,
okay.
Yep.
If you saw one pop out and the flag's still on there, then he could assume that there was 10
Yep.
max garrison in there. But instead, all of them pop out. Here comes Hera. He's going to hit the castle age. JorDan's getting the armor. Hera does not have that yet. Hera just now getting fletching and crossbow. And there's the siege workshop from him. So he's going to go for scorpions here.
Now, what's really good for JorDan is that he has an extra layer of defense than you would typically have here. He's got houses, buildings everywhere on that like northern side. So he'll be fine here. He'll pull away to the hill. He even keeps his scout alive. He'll have good numbers, and Hera's going to need some scorpions in here, Dave, to be able to take good fights or incredibly good micro. I think JorDan's archer micro is definitely one of the best parts of his game. Hera might just choose to run away from this, and yep, there he goes. He's peacing out.
15 verse 18. He's adding knights behind this, getting the armor, adding 3 scorpions behind this too.
Whoa.
JorDan going for immediate university and going for ballistics and a TC at the front.
Oh, God. Is that a good town center to place?
No.
I'm not sure about that.
I don't think so
Cancel
either.
it.
But I mean, where else is he going to place it? Maybe near the gold on the left side. It's just looking for flat ground, right? To put it on.
Is there a hole there? No, there's no hole. Ballistics is on the way. I honestly feel like Hera, he tried to do the exact same thing as last game, only last game there were skirms out there.
Yep.
And that's why it worked out. As you see a villager go down, JorDan has to micro away.
JorDan has ballistics, though. This is a better fight for him. He's got more crossbows. Takes out the knight right away.
And it's just not really a good addition from Hera. The scorpions are good, but we will have the second TC for JorDan. JorDan, just please make a gate next to your stable. I get why you deleted the house, but please make something else there, because I could see knights running into the gold.
JorDan also has hand carts, so Hera has to feel like, I'm kind of on a timer right now. I'm not adding the second TC yet. He has better eco upgrades than me. They're both microing.
Oh,
JorDan's
God,
like, screw this, let's
dude.
just get close.
Hera's like, why get ballistics? This is an amazing fight for him. I would have liked to have seen JorDan just patrol to the side to dodge it instead of trying to do the splits. It's very weird. Is he distracted by something else right now? What in the world?
He was placing a third TC.
Okay. Well, great value from Hera here because he didn't invest into as much military. He does have a dangerous amount of scorpions. And a ram? What?
Okay, well, I mean, JorDan's going to need a siege workshop of his own.
Dude, I could see this working because when you see 1 or 2 scorpions, you're like, okay, I have time. I can make siege. But when you see 4 scorpions with 8 range and plus 2 knights, you could get completely thrashed by this.
And JorDan, Jordan with 3 knights on the field too. He's getting bloodlines now, adding another one. Does Jordan see this ram? Because that, yep,
He does.
Jordan sees it. Siege Workshop right now, please. S'il vous plaît, cancel the archery range.
Nice.
Go for a Siege Workshop. Nice.
Also, the knight's a good addition as well. Like, getting a few knights in there is always going to be good against the scorpions. And now, if Jordan falls back and handles this properly, we have to remember Hera has worse economy upgrades, and Hera's on 1 town center. So Hera needs this to work to win this game.
Yep.
Also, I really wish Jordan would just have TC'd another woodline or something. I guess they're not there, but like these forward woodlines, you shouldn't give siege and crossbow an opportunity here.
I almost want Jordan to just go raid with this force, and that's exactly what he's going to do. He's going to go hit this woodline. The scorpions are going to be too slow to catch up with him. He's got the siege workshop in defense. I'd love to see it back farther than that.
Oh, not the knight, not the knight, not the knight.
But the army from Hera is going to be too slow to respond to this. All he can send is a few knights.
Yeah.
And the push is just going to kind of stall out for the time being once Jordan gets a mangonel on the field.
Yeah, the only problem is if Hera breaks in, the knights could wreck everything. But the eco's looking really good for Jordan, so I like the counter idea. And surely Hera expects this. The only way for Hera to stop this now is to hit Jordan and make it hurt.
Let's see, Hera, he's going to see them coming in. Is he paying attention to the mini-map? Red is going to be there soon. He does have houses he can garrison
into
in.
the houses.
Awareness.
He didn't lose a single vill. What in the world, dude? I mean, the crossbows are still going to get in here, Dave. That was crazy from Hera, as the knights are going to come back. But is that enough knights to deal with that many crossbows? I don't think so.
Okay, Jordan getting some decent hits there with the mangonel early. That's not enough knights yet, and the crossbows are in, but there's a mangonel there from Hera. Jordan's going to snipe a few villagers, does have ballistics, so it's tough for the knights to find the perfect spot to run in.
Oh,
the mangonel's going to distract Jordan, though. Manages to dodge around that. Hera can potentially attack round in this choke point. No, he won't have the range.
Great job, Jordan. And I think he should be able to take care of those knights with good micro. He just has to make sure he doesn't have a misplay on the other side, and he does. He loses his siege, also can lose some crossbows there. And the mangonel, what the? Both players
Hera.
not paying attention.
He's going in.
Wow. Well, Jordan will be very happy with that, Dave. He could just run right back in here if he clears up these knights.
I don't think he will, though. I think, well, he's trying to get back into a choke point back here. There's a lot of +2 knights.
It's true. They do have forging as well. Jordan also has to do have like near perfect micro with that army, as he's worried about everything else.
Okay, he should be able to, I think, keep some crossbows alive. If he targets the weak knights right here and gets into that little choke point,
Yep.
I think the lion's actually going to help him and block off the front side there. Stall out the knights a little bit.
Not bad. Yeah,
No,
if Jordan just
that's-
had one army, he would have microed this way better, but he's just so focused elsewhere.
Yep. He does have 3 TCs versus 1 TC, though, and the villager count is 76 to 52. Plus, he had wheelbarrow and handcart for a very long time. Hera's going to manage to clear this up. Maybe not the best position for Jordan to sit in there. And Jordan now going for a defensive castle over here. Hera has a mangonel.
The castle's going to go up, Dave. Well, can it range the whole...
Hera can hit most of those vills. I don't think he can hit the 3 on the corner. Maybe with the scorpions. Jordan actually deleting that and placing it a little farther back. The safe play, maybe.
Yeah, I think that's smart. If he knows if the knights and scorpions get in here, he's in trouble. But he's got to get more vills building that, Dave. And he does have the vill lead. It's just Hera's military is the stronger military right now. And Hera has to put all this eco into military. House is going down. Castle at 60%. Knights are in.
That house got canceled by the mangonel shot twice in a row. Oh, man.
Okay, Jordan, focus the siege. Focus the siege with the castle. Take out the
Yes.
mangonel. Take out all the scorpions. And then I think Hera's in big trouble here. That's so good from Jordan. He got almost every single bit of siege. He does have an army of crossbows, Dave. It was just hiding inside the TC. We'll probably lose villagers, but it's still a 30 vill lead for him.
Yeah, he probably loses like 5 or 6 here. But handcart in for a long time, too. So his economy is going to be more efficient in general than Hera's is.
Yeah, Hera, last game, he turned it into a boomy game. He turned it into late game. We talked about that with Hussars. We thought maybe with Khmer he would do that, but he went all in here, Dave. And we might actually see Berserks here. As I see infantry upgrade for JorDan, and he's not too far off from a second castle if he wants it.
He's going for pikeman research right now. Still a lot of knights on the front from Hera. He's adding a monastery now. Second castle there from JorDan. That's a good position. Hera's really going to struggle to find anywhere to push in.
If it goes up, Dave, if it goes up, because with that number of knights and one mangonel, it could be denied.
Good houses there. I really like that position for the houses. I'd love to see another one beside the Siege Workshop. Why let the knights in if you're JorDan?
And a big shot from Hera, and he misses the shot. This will be fine for JorDan, I think. I think this will be fine for JorDan. He can clear up the knights. He can finish the castle. Hera's sitting at 60 villagers. He has done damage. He's killed 27. But he can't push in any longer here.
Nope. This is what you want to see if you're the Vikings player. You want to be a 3 TC against 1 TC. With 2 castles up as well, and castles are the building that can produce the anti-Khmer unit in this matchup. The Berserk in the late game. I think you'll love that if you're JorDan. I'd love to see him secure a little bit more of the south in the map. Yep, he's going for a stone wall there to prevent raids.
Yeah, I like that. I like that. Yeah, the north side's fine now. Your castle has ballistics, so that's really the only vulnerable point. And so JorDan realizes that, so JorDan's just going to cancel everything, click up to the Imperial Age. And if he does
Hera,
that,
though.
Dave, I think he's going to go for something like Arbalest Pikeman.
Yep, Hera's going to go up too, but he doesn't have the stone for trebuchets. And I think I discovered this for myself, very frustratingly so. The Khmer no longer have bombard cannon either.
Dude, they haven't had bombard cannon for like
I know. I
18
found it
months.
out like 3 or 4 months ago. I was playing on my controller account, and I got so mad.
Yeah, they did for a while. They did.
They did.
Well, Hera transferred to stone. So he is going to try and do probably like fast cavalier. He'll probably drop a castle and try and go for trebs, but I just don't see how someone who's 30 eco behind is going to be able to push it. Like the thing about cav and hussar, which Hera loves, is just it's so expensive. You need so much food income, and he can't push in. He can't do damage. The only thing Hera's army can do is Hera's army can snipe trebs, whereas JorDan's army can't really do that right now.
Also, remember, JorDan has both of those golds in the back, and he's got 1, 2, 3 wood lines in the back he can take as well.
True. Yeah, he doesn't know about the wood lines yet, actually, but if he goes to the gold, which he will now, he'll probably end up seeing it. He's actually sending a crossbow there. That's nice.
He's going to be pleasantly surprised by those 2 wood lines, actually. Be like, oh, that's very nice.
Especially if it turns into the type of game we saw earlier, but Hera 1 TC. I like the fact he's given it a go here, Dave. I don't think he'll be able to do it, but he should try.
I'm not sure about this from JorDan. Heading out with all these units, like, you're going to be an Imperial Age probably first because you haven't seen the upgrade come from Hera yet.
Mm-hmm.
Do you not want to just push down the middle with your death ball? Like, why are you expanding out here so much?
If he sees the score, I think that's why he's doing it. I don't think he would move out if he felt like he wasn't ahead by 30 vills. But yeah, if you make more pikemen, you make more arbs at home, you'll be fine.
Dude, look at that food. 21 farmers for Hera, and he's already got 1,300 food in the bank.
He's also hasn't spent food at all for villagers or units over the last 3 minutes. So I don't know, man. Like, he just got so little here as he drops a castle. And if JorDan sees that, JorDan will just treb it down from the other side.
He has the outpost there, too.
Yeah.
He sees it right away, and he goes for chieftains. And he goes, all right, cancels. No, he completes chieftains. Okay. Flag capture age has that check mark now. Goes for 2 trebuchets, and he's going to be able to push that back. And he hits Hera's base at home with the pikemen along with the arbalist. I don't think Hera can deal with this.
Hera will wait for armor, or should wait for armor before he fights. Arbalest isn't in yet. Hera will have bigger problems because his castle will go down. And Hera just calls it GG. Yeah. Yep. I think he realized. I mean, he gave it a go, like I said, instead of just resigning. But JorDan, he used that scout, Dave. He saw the scorpions and then he saw the ram. If he didn't see the ram, I don't know if JorDan would have ever canceled the archer range, switched into defensive siege, which is what he needed there. That was sick.
It definitely could have worked, but I agree with you. That was the moment. I had it on JorDan's point of view, and he saw it by like 1 tile. And then I was so glad that he just canceled that archer range and went for a siege workshop and then sent his army forward. He knew that, like, once you see a ram and scorpions, you're going to be able to defend that most of the time with just 1 mangonel of your own behind walls. So
we've seen a lot of things from Khmer, but fast feudal, opening archer range, full walls, into this just didn't feel too convincing there for Hera. So I think in game one, the way he played it just ended up working out and looked good. But
Yep.
I really wish he would have been more aggressive in Feudal Age in this game because Jordan's base, while he does have a lot of resources in the back, it was super hard for him to wall it off if scouts were to try and go through.
Yep. Great stuff, though. That's exactly the kind of game that Jordan wanted with Vikings. Exactly the map generation he wanted, the slow pace of play at the early game. Hera just not even leaving with the archers at all early on. I mean, plays right into his hands.
Yeah. And kind of a weird one for me, but we'll see what happens in the next one as Hera's still got some good civilizations prepared. He does have Lithuanians. I'm waiting to see if he'll break out Ethiopians. I'm not excited about Ethiopians just yet. I feel like maybe there's a matchup he'll want. Byzantines, Berbers. I don't think I've seen this matchup yet in King of the Desert. I think this could be a really fun one. All right, Jordan.
Mean, they both get cheap camels. Are we going to see a full out camel war here in Castle Age?
70 camels in queue for both. Camels fighting over the relic in the middle. Let's go.
Yep.
And there's actually camels in the middle, so it's perfect. Jordan playing Byzantines, Hera as Berbers. Pretty far away from each other this time. Seems to me like there's a whole lot less in the way of wood lines, though, with this map gen. Hera's got 2, and then he's got one with the pond.
We got the 3 wood generation now.
Yeah.
And both generations should have a pond in one of their wood lines. It looks like Jordan's got a lot more fortunate with his pond being in the north there. Meanwhile, Hera's oasis is taking up a good chunk of that. He's still going to be able to take it early, and that might be the option he goes to first, just because it's closer. But he's lucky to have that back gold. His berries are pretty far forward. And then in terms of Jordan's base, I mean, the berries are at the back, but the gold is very exposed at the front.
Yeah, if he scouts that gold on the left, that would honestly be amazing because it's very easy to wall with that other wood line. And he might even be able to hide some strategies with that. I'd say the priority for Byzantines more so than Berbers is walling. Mm-hmm. So if he goes diagonal wall from the TC to the wood line in the south, and then a similar thing on the other side, this could actually be a pretty good base for Jordan. But neither player can really sit back behind walls. I think they're going to have to make sure that they have map control, which, for the most part, is always the case in King of the Desert.
I'm going to change colors so Hera is blue again.
Yeah, that's a good idea. I was just going to say the same.
I hate when players change colors in the sets. I don't think they're really paying attention, red and blue. It's just like who's hosting the game, but...
Well, Leary will consistently start with green, and then he'll go to yellow. And then we had magenta and red in the Casv of Winchester set earlier.
Don't call it it's purple. It's not magenta.
Okay. Purple and red, which is horrible. Yeah, I don't know, man. But thankfully Capture Age can solve that because that was not a thing until recently. Also, Hera is now bringing in his second elephant, which is a little early from standard time. So he brought in his elephant at the start just in case Jordan would lame. Again, I'm surprised. Maybe it just doesn't fit their styles, but I'm surprised that they're not trying to steal some resources from each other here. Not even any sheep being stolen, at least intentionally. I think the last game there was some sheep stolen, but it was very, very late.
I just wonder, like, are we going to see a game in this set where we have crazy aggression in Feudal Age? Or is it going to be the same thing over and over and over again with both players just kind of feeling each other out and getting the full walls down?
Well, I said during the break, I was like, I just want to see a villager die in Feudal. Like,
yep.
Like, I really, as much as it worked out for Hera, at least one of the games, I really feel like the fast Feudal into walls is one of the most boring things that I've seen in the tournament. The games themselves have been good. Like, game one was, you can't get game number 1 again. That was just incredible. No. But
I've never seen a constant battle like that was it was balancing on the edge for so long between two players. That was really nice to see.
Honestly, it could have been, we went from such hype in that post-imp battle to the last game, which was kind of like, we saw the walls and it was just another reason.
I think I can kind of feel what Jordan is planning here with his base. He scouted the 2 wood lines at the back. I think he wants to wall in that secondary gold and then wall to his TC.
And I think you want to with Byzantines, because Byzantines don't have any eco bonuses, but they do have the building bonus. And normally you play into a range, so it's kind of predictable.
This is, I think, dangerous for Jordan if Hera finds this villager at the back.
Ooh, okay.
But Hera's just going to go right under the TC, forcing idle time.
Yeah, not bad. You know what I've never done? I've never watched the idle eco on Capture Age right as a TC's garrisoned. I assume it counts it. But it's just for like 2 seconds, a bunch of vills are idle, and I've never watched that time go up. So
Hera is up at 19 pop here with Berbers.
if he goes rain, he's on gold again. Oh God, no!
Men at arms, or is he going? He's going men at arms here with 19 pop.
The timing on the barracks, it could be either. It feels like it's men at arms because he's trying to make the barracks now. Jordan's going to see the 2 villagers on gold. And he should check the front. Oh, he also saw the barracks, Dave. So, yeah, I think he has to expect the men-at-arms could be a possibility here.
And it is.
Nice. Well, Jordan's walling. So far, if Jordan gets the walls down and he has a lot to do, I feel like this could be good for him. But this is a crazy men-at-arm build. You don't start with any extra food with Berbers. You don't have any real bonuses that make it easy to go for what is 19 pop men-at-arms is what he started on here. This is a sick build from Hera.
What is the interactive build order pop for Men at Arms? Is it like 22 or like 23 or something? Hera's just casually cutting out like 4 villagers from that.
Yeah, the standard for like the noobs, I guess you could say, would be 22
Oh, do you
pop.
see that?
Yeah, he says, "Damn, you saw it."
It was the hole. It was the hole that Jordan just plugged.
True. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
A hole that did not look like a hole. I thought maybe he was talking about the barracks. So the only area that Jordan was exposed was the backside, and now he's walled up. So if you want to know the downside and why we don't see these type of a build too frequently, is because if you go for men-at-arms this quickly, you oftentimes will not be able to afford your eco upgrades too. And Hera cannot get his eco upgrades, and he also won't be able to break through. So this is good for Jordan.
And he wants to add the archery range, which he's putting down right now to get some pressure behind this. He's going to hit the walls. There's no way in currently. And I think Hera knows that there's no way in either. He hasn't spotted the walls at the back, but he just assumes that they're there. Can't task his scout through, so that's not going to work. Takes a couple good hits against the scout from Jordan right away.
Yeah, it's a lot of pressure here. Good work from Hera. He's trying to get the better of the scout engagement. This could be 50-50, though. Oh, never mind. Hera has the lead. But still no eco upgrades. Hera cannot afford to even get... He's going to skip double bid axe, and he's going to go for
badly
fletching.
housed.
It's true, Dave.
That's going to hurt.
Yeah, it's going to hurt. Does have his wood upgrade. Also getting horse collar, so big differences. And I mean, getting housed hurts, but I think that Jordan's position is exactly what he would want for Byzantines. Early defense, playing into archers. Hera sits back, and he has to decide on if he gets fletching or if he gets his eco upgrades. Do you make archers if you're Jordan? Because he hasn't taken gold yet. Is there an argument for just full skirm?
I think so. With Byzantines, I think so.
Okay.
Get a little bit greedy here, right? You've already gotten greedy with the walls. Just commit to the strategy.
Oh, Hera wants to run through here. No way, Hera makes it through. Now the TC will get 2 volleys. 3 volleys, but Hera even dodged it. And oh man, that was so avoidable for Jordan. This is amazing for Hera. He needed to get some damage in, and skirmishers do not do a lot of damage to man-at-arms.
Honestly, wondering if we're going to see a villager die here.
I think by your tone, you're thinking there won't be, Dave. And I think you're right. Yep. Lots of idle time. But I guess on the bright side, Hera would have got 0 value if he didn't fight. So now he gets his wood upgrade, but he forced a little bit of idle time from Jordan.
And like the early men-at-arms, that meant his eco upgrades were so late and still aren't in, just did not pay off for him whatsoever. It sure gave him a little bit of time to wall, but you're always going to have that time to wall against Byzantines.
Yep.
Like they're not going to be pushing you really quickly. So I think Jordan has the advantage here as Hera has, 9 farms without horse collar, just now got the wood upgrade, and has less skirmishers than Jordan has. So really good stuff so far from the German.
Yeah, if you look at Jordan, and if you look at the difference with eco, it's a little deceiving because Hera's had more food and gold, but that's going to change because the excess wood from Jordan is going to turn into farms. I like the approach from Jordan, who even just pushed in the ostrich, Dave. He has no interest in being aggressive here.
Well, I don't think you can with Byzantines here against Berbers because you don't really know what's coming. He's just now going out to scout again.
Yeah.
He can assume the archer range follow-up for all he knows. Hera is sitting back here walling up or adding maybe scouts. I think the eco would be a bit strained for scouts, but it is a possibility. He has no information right now.
Yeah, I love how Hera has to respect the fact there's skirms out there. So he researched fletching, which is an upgrade he can't use in defense because there's no army here. And he's also making more skirms. Look, he sees Jordan's scout. So Jordan knows this guy's making army. I don't need to right now. And I guess if you think back to Hera's approach, Hera kind of did a similar thing in the previous games in Feudal. He just kind of sat back. He wasn't too concerned. Great job from Jordan in the Dark Age to scout his map.
There it is. I was just about to say, I think you go for the market now if you're Jordan. You get up a little bit quicker to the next stage now that you've scouted the archer range. You get the upgrades for elite skirm or go into camels or whatnot and get your eco upgrades at Castle Age and you're looking fine.
You know what? You know what I don't like about this decision for Jordan? I think obviously he could snowball the attack to victory. But I feel like that back gold is only going to last for so long, and all your wood lines are rangeable. So I kind of would like him to keep his stone. A TC on that gold would be so good.
2 TC with Byzantines is pretty good still. Like, sell 100 stone and then put a TC on the front of that gold, maybe.
Yeah.
He's selling all of it, and I guess if you calculate it out, Tristan, you're only really losing like 50 gold if you buy back stone again.
Maybe, yeah. I mean, his eco's looking good, his position's good, his numbers are good. I think it'd be wise for him to mix in archers alongside his skirms because, I mean, don't move out with them, but if the enemy makes knights, you're definitely going to want something other than skirms. Hera moves out. Hera's like, what in the world is happening here? I thought this guy would counterattack me, which hasn't happened at all. And good recovery from Hera, man. His macro is insane off this, considering he didn't have his upgrades. He'll actually have a very similar castle time, and he did not have to sell a stone to do it.
Is there a hole there? There's not a hole in that wood line. Okay.
Yeah, it's hard to tell. Hera sits behind the wood line. Hera has hit and at least idled Jordan's eco multiple times in this game. Jordan doesn't done anything, but it's not really what Byzantines are known for. Byzantines are not a rush civ. It's all about that build-up, and I'd kind of like to see 3 ranges for Jordan. That or maybe consider adding a stable. If he's thinking there will be knights, I think making some cheap camels could be really smart.
Yep. That's what I thought this matchup was going to be going into it. Camel via camel in the Castle Age. And there's the stable there from Jordan. It's going to come out. He was making more skirmishers. He's going to be making archers right now. And I'd love to see him kind of ungarrison these and send them to the outskirts of Hera's economy right now before he hits Castle Age so he can upgrade them and start doing some raiding damage. And there they go. Over to the right side. Unfortunately for him, Hera has nothing over there currently.
Yeah, Hera's map is looking really good when it comes to Golden Stone. It's just the wood lines, man. He's got 2 wood line options, and one of them isn't really an option because it's got a pond in it. Jordan will know that. His scout was everywhere. I think he'll make a beeline over to the wood line. Seems to... I mean, there is an opening, so I guess he could get through with crossbows. And Hera hasn't seen crossbow. If he runs through here,
that's really bad for Hera if Jordan just commits through there with crossbow, because he could get into the back gold. But I guess Hera is going to get in front of him with the skirmishers. Now there's no real opportunity for him to do that. Crossbow's in from Jordan. He turns around. He's going to head to that wood line. Hera's going to gate the front of his base, which is smart. Doesn't want anything running in there. And he's going to get Elite Skirm and Town Watch right away. And I think Town Watch is going to be in just on time for him to see Jordan's army. He suspects something is out here. It's like... he can hear the Jaws music, you know, like da-na-na-na-na. He knows that there's army here. He just doesn't know where it is. And he's found it.
Hera's done such a good job. He's getting Elite Skirm now. He has the attack. He's also getting the armor. These are the upgrades you would want. And Jordan getting ballistics, but Jordan's army cannot contest that. Jordan's army cannot win that. You have the Berber player going for Elite Skirm. The Byzantine player has not clicked that yet. And we don't even see a knight from Jordan. So I think... either the stable edition was not worth it for him, or he needs to use that.
I think you buy back the stone soon and get a TC down if you're Jordan.
Yeah, maybe. He is getting Elite Skirm now. He'll probably mix in a few more. Hera, though, will probably aim to use his wood for a TC. Dude, his wood options are horrible.
Awful.
Yeah, this is such a bad wood map. Oh, my goodness.
He's got 1 lumber camp. I mean, he saved on the lumber camps, I guess, this game.
Jeez, dude. I just hate to see that. Whereas you've got Jordan with 3 very good options. Also does stem back to the fact we're talking about Hera having to play defensive because Hera's early attack didn't pan out, so we have to keep that in mind. And there go the Vills. I think the Vills will TC there, and I don't know if Jordan can push up this hill right now.
Well, Hera has the +2 armor, so those crossbows are going to struggle against the skirmishers. Hera also has great micro, and Hera has ballistics of his own, and there go 4 units for free from Jordan, and he's just running, and he's gone for a second TC on the wood line to the north of his base. Okay, so he's choosing not to secure the gold yet.
Yep, he takes his hill here, Dave. He's going to micro a little bit. Good micro, but Hera knows. Hera knows that he has armor. I think he can stay here a little more consistently, and Hera's like, I'll take this fight. Sure, let's fight. Let's dance. It seems ridiculous, but it could go either way still. I just prefer Hera's position, Dave, as he has the second TC up, and he's got skirms with armor. Actually, no, I take it back.
He's got 9 units, and Jordan has 11.
Yeah.
So.
What bothers me is that we didn't see a single knight. Now, maybe it's not worth it without the first armor upgrade, but to see the stable there and not have any knights yet is a little weird, but Hera's going to have a hard time affording skirmisher v skirmisher battles since Byzantine skirms are cheap.
He's on stone from that TC, so maybe this was part of the plan, right?
Yeah.
He gathers a little bit of stone, puts a siege workshop for it, and then we'll likely TC that gold to get access to it, because he's running out of gold at the back of his base, but the way he's built up should be fine. His other secondary gold, Tristan, might be one of the ugliest resource placements I've ever seen on that hill.
Yeah, they're both really bad. Hera is town centering one, but all of that is going to be beneath the hill. Hera's got 1 to the front of his range as well. And again, a game where they just respect each other so much, we haven't seen a whole lot of action.
If you're Jordan, can you just run in here? I guess you don't know where the army of Hera is. Imagine if he ran in with the skirmishers there. I feel like he could idle or kill a lot of Hera's economy at the back.
I think you're right. Yeah, it's just he doesn't know. And I think the way Hera plays is he almost always has a defensive army ready.
Mm-hmm.
Gotta respect it. And he's got to be looking like, where is Jordan right now? He's sitting on the hill with an army that's mainly crossbows, so he sees that. And yeah, Hera's got to be careful here. I don't know if hill bonus with skirms matters or if it's the numbers that matters here.
Good micro from Hera, right around ballistics.
Sick. But he might still lose the fight, Dave. He needs something more here. We don't see any siege from Hera yet. Hera's floating a ton of gold and wood. Yeah, he's microing and he's not macroing right now.
900 gold in the bank.
Wow, dude.
Does he have a market either? He does not, so
Or
he can't even balance
workshop.
it immediately.
Yeah, very weird. I think we might see 4 TCs from Jordan because he still has a villager on stone. A 4th TC might happen.
Look at that from Hera. He adds a bunch of farms and he adds 3 stables. So he's going to use his gold to produce knights here. He's using the wood that he had banked to make farms. Jordan is coming forward with the skirmishers. I feel like there's definitely an opportunity where he could run in and do damage before the knights are out.
Yeah.
But he doesn't know what Hera's really up to at this point.
I love how Hera's still making skirms. And I just love how there's a flag on that range. Because if there was no flag on that range, I think Jordan might think that the knights are coming and Jordan would prep camels.
And does Jordan see the stables behind here? I think
does.
the skirms are going to die. He sees 1.
All right, Jordan going to add his own stable, Dave. This is a great game. He's actually going to have 3. So he is going to go into camels. So we could see skirmisher camel.
Jordan.
You like to see what? Sorry?
Monks here from Jordan,
yeah,
too.
Could be good. But this is precisely what the Byzantines want. They have cheap skirms, and they have cheap camels. And while Berbers also have cheap camels, I feel like overall Jordan's just happy to be where he's at right now. But so close.
Who has the cheaper camels?
I don't even know what the discount is for the Byzantines. Is it like 20%?
I don't remember.
I know Berbers have the stronger camels because they get bloodlines, and I think that will end up carrying a lot more weight.
Byzantines is 25%.
Okay, well then I think Byzantines is cheaper then.
Yep. And Jordan did add monks, and he's going to get the relics right now. He's got a relic at the back of his base he can take. He sees that one at the front. Let's see if he sees the other ones. No, he doesn't. I'm surprised his scout has been idled up at the top there, maybe looking for an army. Probably needs to bring that back and find the rest of the stuff on the bottom. Would be pretty helpful for him late game.
I think that ultimately this game is going to go imp because skirms and camels do not take out TCs. Yeah. They take map control, and they can eventually raid eco, but I mean, they do not take out TCs at all. Actually, I mean, maybe if there's Rams, you've got an option, but Dave, we have 0 eco kills all around. We have 23 total kills all around.
Hera, can you please make a market or make something to spend that gold?
He's getting chain barding, and I guess he doesn't realize how cheap his units are right now, Dave.
Oh, Jordan
the scout,
going in with the scout for the monk? Oh, don't pull it away, brother.
Oh, God. Ballistic's paying off there. I think he could have killed that. Dude, I feel like this is, both players are trying to surprise the other, and they're both going to show up with the exact same stuff. It's like both players have just been waiting to unleash this next attack and surprise the enemy. And I mean, Jordan will have way more. Jordan has 17 camels.
Yeah.
Hera, to be fair, is not spending his res very well.
Jordan's going up.
Yeah. If anyone needs to take map control before Imp, it has to be Hera, because Imperial Age is cheaper for Byzantines. So it's a lot more likely that Hera could just, or sorry, Jordan could just sit back.
Jordan had a TC on the stone anyway. I would have loved to see him place like 3 or 4 more villagers earlier on stone.
Yeah.
Just to get that castle early. And this is what you were saying.
Surprise!
Both of them hiding what they're doing, and then surprise, camels.
Oh, God. And then you just fall back to the town center, and camels can't push town centers. I actually think Hera getting chain barding was a mistake. Because what does chain barding give you here? Against TCs, you still shouldn't be diving with camels. I think it's all about numbers.
I mean, like, he has 44 farmers, and he had 1,200 gold in the bank.
Yeah, maybe.
So from his perspective, it's like, why not at least get chain barding? And you didn't really see the camel numbers from Jordan either. So for all you know, Jordan could have been going crossbow behind this, right?
Yeah, Hera's hoping he has the numbers, and he's going to push forward with this other group. Hera does have considerable mass, but it's actually very close again. And with some crossbows there, I think, again, that chain barding upgrade doesn't really matter yet. Jordan's just going to get that after Imp, and if this is a race to camel, Jordan's going to get heavy camel, and Hera really needs a big fight before then.
I think Jordan miscalculated a little bit. He's got Rams, like Garrison in the Siege Workshop.
I like it. If he takes a good fight, he can definitely ram down the TCs. And he knows that other gold where the zebra and ostriches is not possible for Hera. It's just funny to me. Go ahead, sorry.
I'm so surprised Jordan's delaying. He's just now going out to stone. Like, if you're going up to Imperial Age that fast, it feels like a castle would be really nice here. And Hera's actually going to have a castle first. I would assume it's going on the hill in front of his main gold. No, it's going on the other hill near his secondary gold.
Ooh, and I'm not sure if I like that hill, because I feel like the other hill's more important right now. Jordan might feel motivated to take this fight, but he'd be taking the fight before he has heavy camel. So do you want to take this if you're Jordan? Looks like the answer is no.
Heavy camel is like one of the slowest upgrades in the game.
Yeah.
A minute and 40 seconds for that to come in.
Do you get plus 20 HP on a camel after heavy camel? I don't even know.
I think it's 140 if you have bloodlines, 120 if you don't, I believe.
Okay, so you get plus 20 HP, so it'll be 120 HP camels for both players then, until Hera gets heavy camel. But armor's going to be in. Camels are stronger in the long term for Hera. Plus, he also has some unique camel upgrades. But here comes Jordan, trying to raid with camels before his upgrades.
Camel raids are so frustrating. You're like, I have all these units. They're not doing anything.
I mean, I think what he should be doing right now is he should be prepping barracks. There's no way you want to go camel v camel against Berbers in the long term. This first fight can be really good, but prep barracks to go helps because Berbers don't have that, and Jordan's just waiting. One of his upgrades comes in. All right, I guess here we go. This is going to be it. Camel noise, Dave. Now, let's go.
The camels patrolled into the houses. On the other side, he pulls them back again. Hera with that one monk just kind of fading a little bit. Only one conversion comes in. Jordan keeps pulling back. Like, just take the fight, dude.
Yeah, his units are not cooperating with him right now, and Hera's got that one little spot. But Hera's 2 minutes away from upgrades here. So if Hera doesn't have the numbers of camels, he will get out-cameled by Jordan. But I think
sending more reinforcements, too.
I just don't know how much heavy camel matters here. It gives you 20 extra HP, which Hera already has, but okay, answers my question.
I think it's more or less an even trade. Hera's closer to his production. Jordan has the better units. Jordan's still sending in more units. He has the crossbows behind. An intense camel fight. And remember, it's all in the back of Hera's economy. Jordan's economy is untouched here. Hera going for another castle. Jordan going for barracks forward now in a really close position to Hera's eco. And I'd say they traded more or less evenly.
Seems like it, yeah. Yeah, and, you know, Jordan has 2 relics. Jordan still doesn't have a castle, Dave, but he's going to place it in the south. Do you want to place a castle there? He's just choosing to make this super late game if he places a castle way down there.
Yeah, it feels like you could even put it forward near that stone, too. And it accomplishes the same thing. Like, what are the odds Hera's going to have a raiding force coming this way?
Yeah, right?
To deny that. Very, very low, right?
Also, I think Camel Archer and Heavy Camel from Berbers is very tough for Byzantines to stop. Byzantines need to rely on their trash units right now, and we're not seeing it from Jordan.
Heavy camels aren't too good against cataphracts. I'm just going to bring that up right now.
But Camel Archers are, so...
Yeah, they're all right. But,
also,
I mean, you have skirmishers with Byzantines.
Also, that castle in the south is probably not a cataphract castle. I mean, he's got this giant hill where all his gold miners are right now. He didn't even castle there. But maybe he thought that Hera would push that. You know, that could have been realistic for Hera to make trebs out of his castles.
I mean, it's just, it has to be Halberdier, Siege, and then mix in skirmishers if you need them later, right?
Yeah, I agree. Max out on upgrades with Halb and Camel.
Yep.
I would prefer to see him engage after Siege Ram and not with Capped Ram, but it seems to me like he's going to make the mistake of going in here, and I think Hera will always stop this. Does have Halbs inside the Rams, and here comes Jordan. He's going to push. He does have 30 more military, Dave. He just doesn't have any trebs behind, no bombard cannons, and only 3 Rams on our screen.
Yep. Heavy Camel's running cover. Doesn't want to lose those for free. Garrison's in the Rams with the Halberdiers. Really like that.
No bracer for Hera. There's not many Camel Archers, and I guess Jordan's mindset is we got to finish this before it gets late. He will probably have full relics as well, and Hera, plenty of stone to repair. But he does not want to engage against the Rams because he knows what's in there. Hera's focusing down the weak Ram with the Camel Archers, I think, Dave. I'm not sure if that was intentional. 67 military from Jordan. He's popped. He's going to patrol in, Dave. The castle will fall for Hera.
Will it? There's a lot of villagers preparing there. He's trying to engage against the Rams. Jordan is there with the Halberdiers. I think the castle will go down. This is going to be a super close thing. The camels are coming in from Hera. Another Ram from Jordan. He's killing the villagers now with his Halberdiers.
The Halbs need to kill the camels. The camels need to hit some of the vills. If the castle stands, Hera has a chance here. He's getting big upgrades, but there's still so many Rams.
It's going down.
And Hera doesn't have the numbers.
Yeah, and there's one of the production buildings that he needs to create the deadly composition you were talking about, right?
Yep.
A lot of his camels dying to the Halberdiers. There's more behind. Castle on the hill now from Jordan. 29 Halbs in the queue. 14 camels. Another 2 Rams. Hera going for another castle forward, but it feels like Jordan could just flood here.
Yeah, it's just so much easier for Jordan to control it as well because he just patrols in. You know, he doesn't have to worry about the range units microing. The only thing he's really missing is either trebuchets or siege ram, Dave.
Byzantines feel so good in early imp
Crazy.
against Berbers. Like, Berbers need time to build camel archers, and Hera is getting none of it. And for another game, third game in a row here, Tristan, we've seen just insane compositions going at each other. I guess first and third game are the two that stand out to me.
Oh, yeah, and it was just so passive in the mid game, and then they exploded in imp. Yep. But I think Hera maybe overproduced a little bit in Castle Age, maybe didn't micro properly, and the power of the Byzantines give Jordan the victory. He's up 2-1. And I'm scratching my head here. So let's talk about this. Obviously, great play from Jordan. What went wrong for Hera?
I think Hera's eco balance was just way out of whack in Castle Age. He had 1,200 gold. He didn't have a market to balance it. I think he was forced into the stable spam because he had so much gold in the back. And, yeah, I mean, Jordan had equal numbers of camels to meet up with Hera. And once Hera couldn't flood over him in Castle Age, Jordan was always going to get to him first and always going to get into Help Siege, which just kills Berbers.
If you think of how Berbers typically play games, they flood military early Castle Age. Yep. It wasn't that type of game. Hera played into skirms and camels, which maybe he had to. Maybe the way Feudal Age went because Hera was unable to do damage. Maybe it's just what he felt he had to do, but it felt like he didn't really know what to make. Jordan had a really clear game plan. And, you know, it looks like the defensive castle in the south, which he's sending a trev forward from, by the way. It's like literally rolling across the map. It looks like that wasn't an issue for Jordan, thankfully.
What was that castle, by the way? Like, why there? It doesn't even really protect that gold. I mean, Hera can just raid that, especially if he has Camel Arches. Just weird.
It's a confident late game castle. I mean, that castle was closer to the corner than any castle he placed in game 1, so maybe he thought he'd correct that. But fair play to Jordan. He had way more wood, food, and gold in that game. And Hera going to stone early didn't really save him either, Dave, because the castles just got rammed right down.
Oh my god, is every set today going to go to game 5?
Apparently. Well, we'll see. I got to step away, though, for just a minute, and then we can hop into game 4. I think they probably are going to launch in a sec. Well, game number 4, Jordan versus Hera. They have switched sides this time. We have Jordan playing as the Vietnamese. Dave, this is going to be the answer to my question anyways. How good then can they be? And Hera has gone for the Lithuanians in the blue.
Yeah, and I think this is a really interesting Civ matchup for me because Lithuanians a lot of the times versus Archer Civs go into skirmishers to counter, and their skirms are fast, but the Vietnamese skirmishers are quite good. Probably the best skirms in the game with the extra HP. So we'll see how it plays out here. And whether Hera wants to go into just full knights in the Castle Age, or if we see both players booming up again and an Imperial Age battle.
That is likely to be the case between these two players. Is it just me, or did the elevation get higher on this map gen? Like, look at the back of Hera's base. That is a massive hill.
I mean, it's not that big.
Is that what she said?
That's not what she said. Are you projecting?
No. I wanted to give you an out there. I wanted you to be able to save yourself. That's all.
Okay.
Yeah, well, okay, I'm with you. Lithuanians with fast skirms seem strong. Could definitely see it be a game where Jordan plays into crossbow and elite skirm and still does well, though, because while the Lithuanian skirms can run away or chase, Vietnamese skirms and crossbows they're a lot tankier and have a lot more HP. Should we be surprised that Jordan isn't trying to utilize his bonus of knowing where Hera's TC is?
No, I'm not surprised at all. I mean, he hasn't shown any interest in laming whatsoever. He knows, obviously, with Vietnamese, for everyone that's not familiar, where Hera's TC is. It's a little floating patch in the darkness that is Age of Empires 2 Fog of War. And Hera didn't take the Rhino that's forward. That is so weird to me. Against Vietnamese, you're not going to take that forward Rhino first?
Did they just message each other and say, hey, we're not going to lame each other?
Honestly, wouldn't surprise me, dude.
Yeah. It wouldn't surprise me either from both of them. I feel like this is a rated game right now. This doesn't feel like it's horny. They were chatting in the first game. Like, what on earth? They would, of course, say... I mean, is there anything wrong with that if they just mutually agree ahead of time?
No, I mean, it's
nothing
equal
wrong
for
with
both
that.
players, right?
Yeah, whatever.
If anything, it's more like sportsmanlike conduct. And it's not collusion because one of you needs to win.
Yeah. No, it would be funny if, like, and hopefully this doesn't happen because there will probably be big drama, but what if two players ahead of time said, hey, let's not lame each other? And then, like, game 5, one of the guys breaks that promise that they didn't want anyone to know about. What do? You don't go to the admin and say, I know it says in the rule of your tournament not to lame, but we agreed.
I mean, you got if that happens to you, right? It's a life lesson, if anything.
All right, Vietnamese. They know exactly where the enemy is. Jordan not really utilizing right now, but what he can do is he can spend more time at home, just pushing in some food. And with a 4-on-wood start, you have to expect Jordan will be more aggressive than the previous game. Remember, last game he just walled up. The Hera will probably try and wall up as well. But these maps seem more awkward to wall. Like, there's definitely no possibility of a full wall. It's just going to be partial wall, I'd say.
I guess with the Vietnamese, Jordan is kind of utilizing the bonus in that he knows where Hera is, so he can push in all the extras and then go scout his base. He won't be wasting time.
What's funny is you can actually look in that fog, and it'll show you when an animal dies. So you could see if he pushed in zebra or ostrich or anything, too. But again, not the biggest deal. Hera doesn't really need that. Very fast uptime here for JorDan. This is going to be 20 pop, and this seems to be the theme, Dave. Everyone getting up to feudal as quickly as possible. Hera arrives to JorDan's base. He sees some houses. He'll probably see the mill. And I'm just looking at the hills for both players. Hera's hill happens to be in the back. But if JorDan loses the front of his base, the main gold's gone, and everything else could be gone as well.
Yep, JorDan gonna go for some walls now, and I think he wants to keep that main gold a little bit exposed, and he'll secure that with military numbers later, because it's really hard to wall that off.
Yeah, he might even wall towards the south here. Might be tempting for him, but also has the back gold. I would say take the main gold anyways and just control the military, but Hera up already. 18 pop. Holy crap, I missed the fact he clicked up. I don't think Capture Rate showed me.
Well, Lithuanians is one of the civs you can get away with it, right?
Yeah. And now JorDan's got to pull a couple of villagers to wall. And JorDan's not going to gold. I think this is going to be scouts for JorDan. It's just going to be way later. He ended up having to add an extra vill. So he's going 21 pop scouts with a civ that's really good with archers.
He did get a lot of food pushed in, though.
True.
He pushed in both the ostrich and a zebra, so he's going to be feeling good about his food count. Lots of goats left over. His eco upgrades are also cheaper, so that's going to help. And he should be able to produce quite a few scouts here and then make her archer range pretty quickly.
I don't know if this is planned by Hera, but usually you go wood upgrade, farm upgrade, and a scout build, and then add farms. But he added a farm before horse collar.
I love this that Hera's sitting back here with the scout.
Yep.
Absolutely love this. And JorDan is going to keep his scout near the villager. He's going to get to feudal age on time. He gets the first hit against Hera's scout. And JorDan needs to make sure that all these palisades are at least partially built.
Dave, there's that one gap down below this. Will JorDan get that? Oh, no. This is going to be so awkward for JorDan. The other scout can hit the wall.
Kill the wall.
But now JorDan's got to save the vill. There's another hole, Dave. Oh, no, JorDan. Oh, that's so frustrating.
He's got a spearman coming. He should be fine.
But let's see how much Hera plays around with this, because he's going to want another scout through here, right? He's going to hit. He's going to run. He's got the other scout. 2 spearmen now.
Okay, he kills that villager. 100% kills that villager. She's dead.
Oh, jeez. Now, how many scouts go down?
Only 1 so far, but another one is almost dead. JorDan could probably keep a spearman in that gap and maybe hope to pick off one of Hera's scouts as he comes through.
That house is at 6 HP. It gets destroyed, but now the scout goes down. So that works out for JorDan.
That's a really good trade for JorDan. 1 villager for 2 scouts, and one of them is super low, and you're going to take the other one with your own scout. Like, that's really good opening there for JorDan, all things considered.
And Hera didn't get horse collar, which I have to think he tried to click. Because I was watching his res, and his res was really close. He was at like 70 wood. So my guess is he clicked it, and he thinks it's in, or this is a prepped build, but it'd be very uncommon. I guess Hera did have a game, the previous game, where he skipped eco upgrades, but that's not really what you want to do off of a scout build. But he killed a villager. He has control. He's fine for now.
Hera has no loom.
Oh, God. Oh, God. Okay, there is loom. That's crazy.
That explains the uptime, man. 18 population, no loom. We didn't even consider that. Thank you for the guy in my chat who pointed that out.
Yeah, he just got it, so good timing on that, I guess. Seems like the walls are good. And Hera, oh, there's a hole. Hera can run right by. House will be late, and that's frustrating. Those scouts should have been walled out by now. Man, JorDan, can he Hera with the block here, Dave? Can JorDan save it? Block yourself, JorDan.
He does, right? No, she goes down, but the scouts will go down too.
All right.
2 villagers dead. I'm so surprised there that Hera banked on the fact that JorDan wasn't going to lame. Imagine agreeing not to lame beforehand and then just going up every game with no loom. Because your opponent probably isn't hanging around.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, I don't think they actually made that agreement. But Dave,
no.
As I've seen Hera take advantage of the faster feudal and kill 2 villagers, I'm sitting here fuming that someone who knows where the enemy TC is in a tournament does not try to lame. I do not understand that. Now, maybe he's got a plan and maybe he'll recover. But, like, it just looks really bad right now for JorDan as he has no opportunity to counterattack.
No holes, yep. At least Hera lost a lot of his scouts, right? So it's gonna be hard for him to maintain map control. Jordan able to go out to that gold for free. Hera's resources, though, looking really good to go up to Castle Age.
Yep, scout for Hera still being annoying. He probably won't lose the scout, but he's making Jordan think about it. Jordan's got to send the weak one home. Finish the range. Hera, loses some HP on his scout.
Mark it there for Jordan. Okay, mark it again. And Hera has had some idle TC time. So Jordan's not too far behind in villager count, even after losing 2.
And this uptime from Hera is disgusting. The fact he killed 2 vills and is going to be a Castle Age at 1830 is nuts. Lithuanians, man. Starting with the extra food leads to faster feudal, leads to all the other eco upgrades coming in quick for you. Great execution from Hera, we have to say.
Where is the archer range follow-up there from Jordan? He's making 2 archer ranges. Hasn't
3.
used the market yet. 3 archery ranges. Sells his stone. Will be clicking up soon. And Hera's follow-up is nothing as of yet. Just 1 stable still.
I honestly think with the 1 lumber camp approach that maybe farms without horse collar was part of his play. Because I don't know, maybe he would. I know Hera he tends to speak with extremes. He once said horse collar was the most overrated upgrade in the game, which is obviously probably not the case. But yeah, I mean, it seems like it's part of the plan. With a man-at-arm build, for example, you'd always get it on the way to castle. It seems like Hera didn't forget about it.
Is this Cav Archer from Jordan?
From Jordan?
If Bloodlines comes in...
No, I think it is. I mean, even he's not... At this point, Dave, he's not making any archers, so I think you're right. I think we are going to see CA from Jordan.
It wouldn't be the worst thing in the world with this style of map from Hera. I mean, like, look at that wood line, how exposed that is. Is there actually a hole there? There's not, but can all be ranged if the Cav Archers use their mobility.
Yep.
And Hera, like, what is this build here from Hera? He's still only 1 stable.
No, he's got 2. It's hiding. It's hiding behind the barracks.
Oh, there it is. How did I not even see that? Oh, my God.
No, it's funny. So I watched through some of your VOD yesterday. No, it wasn't your VOD. It was your VOD, but you were casting something else. I forget. I wanted to catch up on a game I didn't see. And at one point, you're like, there's only 2 stables. And then someone in your chat was like, no, there's 3. And I'm looking at the screen. I'm like, there's only 2. And then you're like, oh, that one. So, yeah, I understand.
I'm blind sometimes, dude. But you know the feel, right?
No,
no,
not at all. 2 stables, though, for Hera is good. And it's a good approach with Lithuanians because you probably want to go into knights. And he's got the monastery now. But he's kind of like, similar to feudal, he's kind of at the limit right now, right? He's got no potential for a second TC, really, with this approach. He doesn't have his wood upgrade yet. He's just hoping to do a lot of early damage.
And he's only seen the 1 range, and he only saw it when it was going up from Jordan. So now he's going to run up against the walls, see 2 ranges, still doesn't tell him what the unit is going to be. Okay, now he spots the Cav Archers. And these Vietnamese Cav Archers with Bloodlines, 80 HP.
That's sick.
Pretty good.
It is really good, yeah. I don't think the devs wanted Vietnamese Cav Archers to be a thing when they made their archers have more HP. But now that Cav Archers are back in the meta, definitely makes sense. And I really hope Jordan uses that scout effectively. If that scout is out there, there are going to be monks. He's got another scout on the relic in the south, Dave. So if he can keep the relics away from Hera, Hera will just have normal, generic knights.
And I love the thought process from Hera. I saw Siege Workshop Foundation come down, and then he kind of thought better of it. And he's like, I'm Lithuanian, so he's going to go archery range. So he's going to make some skirmishers behind this.
Well, these Cav Archers are going to be pretty terrifying because the Knights do not have +2. So if you want to go skirms, it's great. But you need to get Knight upgrades and skirm upgrades. And it feels like one thing's got to give right now. And it seems like the Knight armor will not be in for Hera.
I'd love to see ballistics here from Jordan first before another TC.
Get the monk here, Oof. Yeah, maybe not. I'm with you.
Oh, Jordan's going to get the relic.
Oh, he is.
I wonder if Hera's going to toss another get that ass back.
Dave, I'm just loving the scout activity. Maybe this is the reason you go scouts with Vietnamese. Look at that. Jordan's going to probably lose the scout because Hera's double checking. But still, really good decision from Jordan.
Well, the one in the north, too. I mean, Hera's getting close with that monk, right? Does he notice in time the scout is there? I think if you see that scout, you don't even try to convert, right?
I agree.
With the new balance changes, I think you just run away. Yep.
Yep.
Run your slow little feet away and bring a knight there to support.
Look at this other scout still being kept alive. Will Hera micro the scout away? He forgets about it, Dave. So his scout goes down, and Jordan can go right back to camping the relic.
And there's the university from Jordan.
Jordan, I think this is a good approach, Dave. I'm really liking the massive cav archers he has, but now Hera is going to have elite skirm, and he has knights with armor. So Jordan just hasn't been able to really pressure. It feels like 24 army versus 9. Jordan should have been doing a little more damage to Hera's economy or military.
And there's the university from Hera, and this is just a reaction to what Jordan was doing, right? He's not able to do any damage, like you said, and it's just... It feels really bad in Hera's position. If Jordan ever gets to the back of this wood line, where else does Hera go to collect wood?
It's always so scary, though, to run to the back of someone's base when you know they have knights and you know they might have something else. Because the front of your base has your gold, right? So we saw Jordan give Hera a lot of respect earlier, but for once I'd like to see him just commit, and force immediate reactions from Hera without giving Hera the time.
And this is what he's doing. He's trying to go in. Hera's still not even with a relic yet. Jordan has another scout at the top. He's trying to go in here, look for some opportunities. Ballistics is not in yet. So he's going to back up a little bit. Hera's still with that monk chilling near the lion.
Dave, how good has Jordan played today? How good has Jordan been? Because remember, he could have won game number 1. Yep. This is an amazing performance from Jordan.
And there's the villager forward. I think in the first game, he, like you said, he was giving Hera a little bit too much respect. Second game with Vikings, Hera played right into his hand. I think that was a case of wrong strategy from Hera.
Yeah.
Third game, I think Hera also mismanaged his economy. Jordan played that really, really well. And then this game, I think it's just a better strategy choice and execution from Jordan. And currently, anyway.
And he's definitely the execution. He's got 2 relics against Hera, who had the monastery out before Jordan was even in the next age. That is normally not going to be a thing. As you can see, those skirms are not going to contribute too much here, Dave. There's not many of them. So I don't think Jordan should be too scared to fighting this.
Jordan, I'd take his position all day over Hera's.
I would as well, yeah. Siege, Cav Archer could be really strong here. And Hera still needs upgrades.
This game, he's played so clean. Even after losing 2 villagers early.
Yeah. I mean, I came in here expecting 3-1 Hera.
Yep.
And so that's why I say this. I mean, I know that Jordan deserves, especially after Hidden Cup, he deserves to get the title of being back. But holy cow, man, he has executed so well. Hera's going to add the TC on the back wood line, though, Dave. No second TC yet for Jordan, who very much wants to snowball this push. And I think he's getting close to the army where he could.
Now, if you're in Hera's position, are you waiting for enough skirmishers at home and then you're going to run forward with your knights to raid? He's going to go for a TC there. Oh, God.
I don't think he knows about the Siege Workshop, Dave.
I don't think he knows at all.
If he did... Dave, Hera's having a army production issue. He's got 600 gold again. So he's not producing monks with the gold all the time. He's not producing knights with the gold all the time. I think he needs a second stable or a second monastery or something here. And, oh, God, perfect timing for Jordan to fight. Can he clear this? He loses Cav Archers to the skirms so far. And he's going to back away, Dave.
The Mangonel's too late there. If he had a Mangonel already on the field, he denies that TC 100%.
Kind of reminds me of game 1, where the Mangonel could have come out at some stage. Still could come out, though. If I'm Hera, I'd be a lot more careful.
Now, Jordan, I think.
There it is. Fire. He shoots, he hits.
Good attack ground.
There's still going to be shots in here, Dave. There's conversions from Hera. The Mangonel's still not getting a second shot off. It fires and Hera's microing, and Hera's actually defending this pretty nicely here.
Yep, and the TC goes up, so that's going to be some extra fire. Jordan can't go to that side of the battle. Mangonel's still involved. Knights are still involved from Hera. Cav Archer's going down, but that Cav Archer mass, they have so much HP. They can just tank so much. Jordan is still pressuring. 3 TC now for Hera, 1 TC for Jordan. The resources for Hera are also looking quite nice. Is he going to be able to defend this? That's crazy. If that Mangonel was out like 10 seconds earlier, Jordan would be in such a better position.
I feel like with this military count, if Jordan doesn't kill 10 villagers in the next minute, I'm going to scream. 39 military versus 6. Jordan.
Look at the relic count, too.
Yeah, you've got to, Jordan, you've got to snowball this, dude. He has no army. Hera's just casually building a second archery range right now. Just swarm him. And I would honestly like the idea of
Go
Rams with the siege right now. Hera's got nothing.
There's Siege Workshop there from Hera. You see the flags garrison. I think you can make an argument just running into the eco from Jordan, and he's actually on the wood line from Hera. Hera doesn't notice that yet. Couple villagers going down. Cav Archers going into that choke point. The Mangonel is out. Hera misses the attack round. Is going to lose the Mangonel. Jordan doesn't lose any Cav Archers and is still picking off villagers. He's running him under the TC, Tristan.
If he gets in there, Hera's screwed. If he gets in there with even 2 Cav Archers, Hera is screwed. All of that eco is idle. What a great play from Jordan. He recognizes it. He knows Hera doesn't have the military, and he's punishing it, Dave. Another Mangonel goes down. Hera's dead here. This is incredible play from Jordan with Vietnamese, a civ we have not seen a lot of, and Lithuanians, one of the best civs in the game for Hera. Sick.
Yeah, man. And, like, there's plenty of things you could point to where Hera might have gone wrong in this game, but Jordan's played this so clean.
Yeah, and you can't catch up with these numbers, right? If you if you're behind by 45 military, I don't care how many villagers you have.
It's over.
Yeah, you're just dead. Jordan.
And Hera couldn't even go up to Imp because he had to invest it into army numbers to just stay alive.
He's just very late to the army numbers here, right?
Yep.
He had 1 stable, 1 range, 1 monastery for the majority of Castle Age, and he knew the commitment coming in. It's actually 4 ranges for Jordan with 4 Cav Archers at home. Jordan's just going to dive here.
That's absolutely crazy that Jordan has 5 relics against a Lithuanian player who went monasteries with a faster Castle Age time.
I agree. Nuts. And Hera's got to have respect for Jordan. Like, even more respect than he had before, because that was an incredible play. Jordan showing that economy isn't everything, at least in this particular game, Dave, and showing that Vietnamese are a beastly civ as well. Crazy.
We were talking about Jordan respecting Hera a little bit too much. I think Hera overestimated his defensive capabilities in this set.
I agree. I mean, that's always been... There was a time where I would always say that Hera's playing too defensive and he's going to get punished. And then it was like, he's not getting punished. And he did such a good job in Hidden Cup and some other RM tournaments, which might not, which I don't remember at the moment. But, dude, I mean, Hera's still alive, right? He did play really well against Sato when he won the first time, so he's still alive in the group. But that is now Hera almost losing to Sato, where it was 3-2 for Hera, and then here, Jordan beats him. So Jordan has looked super good here in this tourney.
Yep. That's amazing to me. I think I've been underrating Jordan a little bit. Maybe I felt like Hera was not one of my 3 favorites, as weird as that is to say coming into this tournament, because I think he's been investing a little bit too much time into AoE 4 versus other people. But maybe this is a little bit of a wake-up call for him.
Yeah, maybe.
He needs to switch up his strategies, maybe get a little bit more aggressive, especially against players like Jordan who are going to go for clean builds like this with the Cav Archers. Crazy stuff.
Yeah, I mean, he was just very cute with some of his builds, you know? Maybe he tried to be too clean. Maybe this version of the map isn't it for him. But, you know, the thing is that Hera still will probably be the favorite in whatever set he plays in next round in the group. But he will have a worse seed. And we've seen that before. He's faced up against Leary in like 3 straight big tourneys because either he or Leary kind of fell apart in the group stage. So congratulations to Jordan Dave, who also has put a lot of time into Age of Empires 4. So I think that he at least showed that that's not his only focus.